note said something important on it. Maybe, I don't know. You guys decided to camp out here for now because reasons, probably relating to someone being at like 5 HP.
My body hurts.
Go
See,
sleep.
skull pinned to a tree. Have to last. Oh, it was the last left. You'll be next. Volklander are the
Yep.
notes that I got.
That matches mine.
So, who has watch?
I'm next. I wrote down the watch order because I thought we wouldn't remember.
All right. Hmm. Give me. Your watch goes by uninterrupted.
I do my
However,
stretches, you know.
someone does not go by uninterrupted during your watch. To someone specifically, one of them not actually being here.
Surya has a nightmare. Got it.
Surya has a nightmare. It's the bard.
Felix,
Mhm.
you do actually have a nightmare. And in this nightmare, you are running away, but you constantly see the same exact skull that had that black arrow pierce through it, charging at you, laughing maniacally.
Does it have legs, or how is it chasing me?
It is floating, flying towards you, and you are continually running, and it is always getting closer, and you always startle awake right before it gets to you.
That's probably fine.
So yes, B, your watch goes by uninterrupted.
Cool. I wake up Mew.
uh, Mio, I think you can actually give perceptions of this. B, I don't know if your passive was high enough to notice
No,
it.
mine's
Let me
only
see.
13.
My passive's 14.
13, 14, and 15. So the only person that would actually realize that these nightmares are going on is the one that's having them. We're good.
Everything's fine, guys.
Everything's awesome.
So all of your watches go by uninterrupted. Felix, you are kind of shaken. Not really fully rested in the morning. You don't suffer exhaustion, but if this keeps up, you feel you might.
Do I get my hit points back?
You get everything back. It's a
Okay.
long rest. You still get your long rest, guys.
Cool. That's all I care about. I feel better.
Ah, spell slots. That's nice.
Surya is already awake. She's kind of just leaning on the tree. Not like making direct eye contact with B, but you know, giving B the stink eye.
Good morning.
She kind of just grunts.
I hand her some food.
She doesn't immediately toss the food down. She puts it down, takes out a ration, and eats the ration.
You know, life's too short to take everything so seriously. And she'll pick up the food that she offered and dust it off and put it back in her pouch or whatever.
She kind of just goes, "You could have poisoned it."
Yeah, but I didn't.
She's a bard, not an assassin.
She's a demon.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's not true, but nice try. You got it wrong on a couple levels there, my dear.
Sorry, you get Crunchy eating Triscuits now.
Mia would have gotten up and just gone right into starting to harvest what she could out of the owlbears. Like, see if she could skin and all that junk.
Alright, give me a nature check.
Can I help?
Are you trained in nature?
I have half
She's a
proficiency.
bard.
You have to be trained in it.
Okay. Then no.
That's an Illyria. It's not a Sox.
Nope. It's gonna
All
be a
right.
while.
Give me a survival check too.
Is the doofa.
This
So-
roller does not want me to do this.
You pinpointed what you thought you could harvest on both of the owlbears, and then when you attempted to go for harvesting, it's basically the same spot on both owlbears. You were only able to get like one flap of owlbear leather, and it's a small flap. It's like maybe the size of a napkin.
A sad flap.
Hmm.
You've got a bib now.
Yeah, that didn't go as well as I usually does.
There will be other things to skin, I'm sure.
Maybe they were underfed. Maybe that's why they attacked us last night.
Maybe.
What are you guys doing with the rest of your morning?
What did
Heading
we
back.
actually end up doing with the skull?
Do we have it? We might have it.
Black
What
arrow.
did you end up
black
doing
bug.
with the skull, the note, or the arrow?
I cannot remember.
Owlbear happened, and you guys kind of dropped it.
So
I
we're
could
taking
totally see
them?
my wife doing that for you, Sai.
Is the stuff over by the tree still?
Give me a perception check. You're going by the tree. Your passive 15 notices that yes, the skull.
Good, you're going with
and
my
the-
passive.
Yes, the skull and the arrow. I think no one actually picked up the arrow or kept it. It was dropped in the confusion of combat.
Alright, well, I'm gonna pocket both of those.
Oh,
And
nope,
no.
never mind. Someone does have the arrow. I am being reminded.
Ah,
We have
And-
all three of these items among
Uh,
this party.
Surya specifically has the arrow, but the skull and I think she has the note as well, since that was just attached to the arrow. But the skull was on the ground, since that fell down from the arrow.
alright. Gonna grab the skull. Sorry, yeah.
It almost seems like it's mocking you.
a mocking
Why
skull.
I oughta. Skull's a bard.
Haven't heard it sing yet.
Do all birds sing?
No, not all of them, but many of them. I mean, it's a skull. It probably can't dance.
Maybe it plays an instrument.
The harmonica?
I don't know. That would be kind
The
of hard
pan
without
flute?
lungs.
Well, it'd be hard to sing without lungs, too. If it's got magic, it's got magic.
Maybe it plays the drum.
That could be fun.
Hope it plays the xylophone.
That would be tough.
Well, not if you have the rest of the skeleton.
But we don't.
Is there anything left for us here? Or should we go back to town?
I think we should go back to town.
I'm in favor of this.
Yeah, I think they didn't say anything else about around here. I don't think. Doesn't look like there's anything else. Other than these
Alrighty.
owlbears that I only got this out of.
She dangles a rather pathetic piece of leather.
It's beautiful. You did a great job.
Let's go back to town.
Let's go back to town.
All right.
We can see Grund.
I like how that's the takeaway, as it were. So pretty much for about half a day, it takes you guys to actually get to the town. Took you about a half a day to actually get out there, and then all the shit hit the fan. You guys decided to stay, so you make it back to town with seemingly no issues. Seems like whatever the owlbears were patrolling through has basically stayed cleared out since then, so you're good on that point. And then you get close enough to town anyways, where you know the town itself is keeping the animals or anything else away. What do you do back in town?
I said it was about a half day.
Mm-hmm.
Could go get something for lunch since we've just been eating rations the last day.
Yeah, good food sounds great. I would also
Immediately
like to
does the shortcut.
go to where Felix just went and see if I can sign myself up for work tonight.
Alright, you guys just like swamp this area, and I'm not sure if I can. There we go. I clicked it. I got it. Alright, so you guys walk in. It's actually a bit later than afternoon. Half days are, you know, a bit long. So people are actually starting to flow in from their works and whatnot for the evening. You see, Felix and all of you have seen people stopping by what look to be Gilliker's as well, the barber shop, and then equally an amount of people are stopping at Garland's again, at the Helmet High Sun. And rumor is that there might be another play from this tiefling that they're getting pretty hyped about, so they would like to see more entertainment, as it were.
Yeah, what's the guy's name who runs this place? I have it in my notes.
The Helmet at High Sun is ran by
Garland.
Garland Harlathurl. Harlathurl.
I'm
Harlathurl.
gonna just stick with Garland if that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will see if Garland wants me to.
He is a noble and bright, weird last name guy.
Harlathurl. That's pretty bad.
Harlathurl.
I have Garland spelled wrong too. Oh well.
And as much as he was seeming like, you know, he might be happy to have all this company, he seems a bit bitter at the moment until he finally sees B cross the threshold. And his eyes light up and go, business is booming. You need to get up on that stage.
You got it. Anything I could do to help, after all.
We'll work out the deals later. So, B, if you are immediately hopping up on the stage,
It's like that
what would
time
you
of
like
night right now.
to- Yes.
Okay.
In fact, it's one of those things where like there are people trickling in, as it were, drizzling in, not necessarily trickling in. Something where a performance could potentially, as long as the noise was coming from the helm at the moment, would probably attract even more attention.
Perfect. Then yeah, she'll do her thing.
What is her thing?
I think tonight she's gonna start a little bit more modern, sensual, you know, kind of contemporary ballet flavor to it, and just sort of like she wants to scope out for, you know, people, so she's gonna get a little sexy.
Which is pretty in line with the reactions of a lot of the audience. When you're starting to step up to the stage, you start hearing, "Hey, go B! Hey, hot stuff! Hey, what's up? Hey, pretty girl!" And all that stuff starting to go on as you're getting up on the stage.
Woo! Give us the good stuff.
Damn right.
Yeah, there's NPCs in this game. Woohoo!
Oh my gosh, I love her.
I love this. That's so funny.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna try and work the crowd and see if anybody's familiar with the name Volcander. Not anything too obvious, but just like trying to get details on that.
All right. B, you have advantage on your performance check. Felix, I need you to give me either. Well, in this case, you're actually trying to cover it up. I think it's a deception check.
Is Mew helping me out with tip collecting again?
I'm assuming that was gonna happen.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
If Mio is helping out with
That's
that,
a
then
nat
Mio is
20
helping out
on
with
my
that.
performance check.
Does B's performance give me advantage?
B's performance does not, because you are actually distracting people from watching B, so you're lucky you're not getting disadvantage.
Darn. 18.
That natural 20.
Got a natty 20, baby. The problem is I can't top myself for the second half of this show.
So Felix, you're working up the crowd. You're going through as many people as you can, just casually slipping the name Volcander and just getting what information you can out of this as you possibly could. And it's all turning up blank. For some reason, some unknown reason, it just seems like no one knows who this person is, or they might be too distracted by B's play right now. And for a good portion of them, as you're reading them as they're talking, it's basically 50-50. They either don't know, or they're too distracted to actually pay attention to you by B's what is turning out to be one of her most epic performances yet, for as light as she was trying to lead into it. Like, B is doing all of the stuff. She's doing the sensual dancing. She's got some song going with it. She's doing some lilting and getting the crowd worked up even more.
There might be a
The
trick or two in
the
there.
cheers and jeers are like getting to a huge crescendo of noise right now. Especially when B just like ever so slightly lets like a shoulder of her clothes slip off, and in the next move it immediately comes back on, and then she's just like fully leaning towards the crowd, letting the crowd see all of her glory, as it were, in a sense where she's still covered, but they can't get enough of her.
We got a little of that burlesque training going, you know?
And B's first performance ends. She takes her bow and walks off the stage, and needs to nearly resist getting trampled by the group closest to her that charges her down, looking for, like, not necessarily autographs, but just toss actual tips at her and stuff like that, and wanting more in an encore.
Yeah.
Mio,
I gotta take a break, but I'll be back, don't worry.
Mio, give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Yes, persuasion.
Oh, I'm so good at those.
Oof.
Rolling good
Cutting
tonight.
into my tips there, V.
So Mio, when you go back to B at the end of the first play to basically show her what all you had, you come back with like a measly 3 gold. But what you find is it's probably because everyone wanted to personally hand their tips over to B themselves, because B is kind of just slowly gathering up around 16 gold from around her feet right now.
Fucking dope.
I hope it's all in singles.
It's various assorted silver and gold at this point.
B is asking every single person their name, which you do not have to give me all of their names, but she is looking. I am looking to figure out who what's his name is, the guy who
None
owns
of
the-
them
Falklander.
reveal anything about Volcander or
No,
whatever.
I'm trying to figure out who. What's his name? I have it in my notes. The guy who owns the wagon shop, the cart shop. Wilver?
Wyman. Oh, Wilver.
Whalver's Wagon Works?
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there on the map?
Wyman.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
good.
find him. So
You're
I'm
trying to
asking
find
everyone,
Whalver?
I'm asking everyone their names in the hope that one of them is him.
None of them are Ilmeth. And you do not get, you don't, obviously just none of them are Ilmeth. You don't really get any other information because you're only asking for names.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it cash right now.
Super cash.
So
Super
fucking
cash.
cash. Yeah, I mean, if anyone told me their name was Valklondar also, that would be interesting, but I assume that that also doesn't happen.
No references of Valklandar either.
Yeah.
Sai trying to be funny over here.
I give 9 gold to Mew. For the first half of this. And keep 10 for myself.
Garland kind of gives you the wave over to come over to him.
Yes, dear.
He tells you and I guess Mio, because Mio probably followed.
Probably.
I think it goes without saying that you guys can probably stay here a while. I'll make sure that your rooms at the Swinging Sword remain free for you.
Great.
Wow.
You
That's
keep
really
helping
nice.
with these performances, and you definitely got a spot here.
Yeah, when I'm in town, I am happy to do some work for you.
You make the river flow, as it were, for patrons flowing into this bar. We have stolen so much competition right now from Mr. Barber over there. It's great. And you
Hey,
just see his eyes are lit up.
speaking of flowing, mind if I have a drink?
What will it be?
Wine, please.
Ah, well, hold on a second. I go to the back for that one. And you can see he has to go to the back because he's had to shift his basically entire goods stocked in behind the counter with ale, basically kegs of ale. So he goes in the back, comes back out with a dainty cup of ale, or not ale, of wine for you. I just changed my volume. Mother of damn it. There we go.
Hey, quick question
Looks
for
over
you
to
there.
looks over to Mio. You want anything before she asks this question?
I'll have some milk.
Milk, 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 milk. I guess I have some that I would need before making. Okay, yeah. Well, mind if I get that real quick?
Go ahead.
He goes and gets you milk and not as dainty a cup, wine glass as it were for B, but you know you get a small cup of milk.
Thank you.
What's the question?
Is drinking all that goes on over there at Gelkers?
Drinking and spreading rumors, probably.
Interesting. Can I insight check him?
Go for
Meh.
it. He's telling the truth.
Okay. Interesting. Could have sworn there was more going on over there.
He might not know.
Yeah, clearly. Just a hunch. All right, well, we'll make him wait about half an hour before we give him more, I think.
Well, none of them are leaving yet. You'll definitely know when they start leaving. I might be giving some more. I maneuver things, waving you over to try to get you going.
Whatever you need.
Enjoy yourselves. You guys are definitely doing good. You might want to tell Syria to lighten up though. She's seeming rather serious off in her corner all by herself.
Back in a sec.
Not gonna. that
Don't
message
approach
isn't gonna
Syria
land for
until
me.
Socks gets here.
I won't. I promise. Yeah, that message isn't gonna work for me, but maybe Mew can cheer her up.
Oh, something wrong between you two?
Hmm, she's immune to my charm, but she'll fall. She'll crack eventually.
I don't think she's as immune as she likes to think she is.
Well, I know that, but she doesn't yet.
Some people take a little longer to warm up to people.
Not usually, but you know, there's a first time for everything.
I'm sure she has her reasons, but
Oh yeah, her
she'll eventually.
misconceptions about me.
Yeah, but we'll all be good friends soon enough.
Absolutely, we definitely will.
You two are savage.
B's gonna go work the crowd for a while.
All right. Give me a fate roll. No, I'm kidding.
Sure,
I'm kidding.
I know.
You have any specific goals with working the crowd?
Nah, I'm just trying to get people to, you know, feel like telling me stuff eventually when I have questions for them. Being nice, flirting, maybe picking out a mark for the evening. Who knows?
Maybe picking out a mark for the evening?
Yeah.
Uh, not necessarily sure if it's a mark you want to consider, but you do see both Helver and Megla again. They're both sitting down properly. They both have actual glasses of wine. And as you approach them, they are no longer fighting over marriage, and instead, both of them look upon you as if you are merchandise almost.
Yeah, they could have like 3 minutes of flirting before I move on to the next table.
Give me a
Wisdom save.
wisdom save.
Did you mean that? Am I actually giving you a wisdom save?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah,
This is
that's
what
what
I
I
really
thought.
want.
Jesus.
It's still your choice whether you want to, but their offer seems rather titillating right now, and you feel as if a threesome might be in order.
All right. I will leave them hanging with the potential that I'll be coming back.
The deal
Subtle
offered
tease.
was very nice for you, which is why it's very hard to walk away from.
Yeah. I'll probably be back. You know, after the encore.
Time passes a bit more. Felix, you still continue to pry a little bit, but it's still no information forthcoming, especially since you tried taking advantage of the show coming down from their previous high for a little bit. And it's just, you're not finding any information on this guy. Whoever it is, it seems like he might not exist, like as far as the patrons of this bar are concerned. B, your next performance is approaching. What would you like to do for this one?
Gonna keep the trend and go a little more upbeat for the second half. Get everybody, you know, drinking so Galen likes me even more. But sort of less Irish pub song, more like jazz burlesque. Like a lot of flips, stuff like that. Like it's very like exciting. Doing all my tricks and my splits and stuff like that.
All right. Give me your performance, and this one will still have advantage.
See, can't top the nat 20.
So this next performance, as much as B is trying to basically keep up with the performance she had earlier, she knows herself that it's not working. At least in the sense of her own performance compared to the last. She knows she performed better last time. The crowd, however, is still just completely eating it up. They love it. Mio, give me a persuasion.
This should go well again. Hey, it's better.
I was kind of hoping that last time Mew had paid them on accident.
Not much. Same as the first play. This one, or same as the first show of it. This one ended in a different group of people since you decided to walk off the stage from a different side, basically.
Yeah.
Charged you down with tips and whatnot. Basically, you were just trying to give people their due to see you up close. Mio comes to you even. Her ears are like almost nearly drooped down at this point because she hands you a measly 2 gold. But you have 10 gold yourself to compensate.
I give Mew a hug and I tell her, "You did a great job. Thank you so much."
Yeah, they just seemed a little too distracted with you.
It happens. Don't even worry. I really appreciate your help. I couldn't do this without you, you know.
I was trying.
You did fabulous. And she'll kind of like scratch her behind the ears a little bit.
I shall smile a bit.
I think I'll be spending the night out, but if not, can we have a sleepover again?
Okay.
Thank you, my dear. So that's 6 gold each, I think. Right? You said 10 for me and 2 from you?
Mhm.
Yeah, 6 gold each.
All right. The rest of the night goes by pretty uninterrupted. Surya stays in her corner. Felix, you doing anything different?
Um. Yeah, I was gonna go for another walk around the town, see if there's anything unusual.
Before we get to that walk, Mio, what are you doing?
After the performance, she'd probably head back to the inn and go back to her room and probably unroll the map and see if Valkwander is maybe on that.
Mazer's just going to unroll the map and scroll out a little bit so he can see more of the stuff. Brought you guys to it just so you guys can see it too, maybe. And Mazer did already know the answer. As you unroll the map, there's actually no Volklander on there though.
Even on the I'm talking about that ancient one or whatever.
Nope, not even on the
Okay.
ancient one that you have.
All right. It was worth a check.
It was indeed.
So roll it back up and get ready for bed.
All right. We're going to tackle Felix now. What do you got?
Strolling around town, looking for anything unusual, and of course stopping by Grund.
All right. Give me a perception check for this looking for unusual stuff.
$12.
12, huh? Nothing out of the ordinary strikes you very much. About the most that you've seen, and it's not necessarily something unusual, is that there are kids playing. A couple of them have followed you around every now and then. Still not necessarily out of the ordinary. And they go back to playing, and you make your way over to Grund.
Is he asleep? How's he doing?
Grund is still pickling more pickles.
Excellent.
That's the path, huh?
Yep. Still curious as to what this thing is.
If I had to take a guess, that thing specifically belongs to either.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hello.
There he is.
Yeah. Oh,
Either the
Fuck.
butcher or the poultry people.
Okay, you made out with the bard while you were gone, Socks.
Yeah, we had raunchy sex actually.
yeah? I don't feel like that would actually happen.
Meister did a very good job Jaegering you. He's very true to character the whole time.
You pretty much just glared at B the entire time.
Yeah, sorry, when Rebecca called, I honestly thought it was still 4 o'clock. Ugh.
Damn.
House is now entirely wired for Ethernet.
Oh, nice.
Woo. Very nice.
That's good.
Man, to be able to do that before everything gets like super put in. Oh, that would be great.
It's much easier to do it then.
It was happening while drywall was being put up.
Still, much easier to do while everything's not up than while everything is up.
Yeah.
Even if it's partially up.
That must have been like an afterthought going, oh yeah, this is something we could do now.
No, that was my brother kept saying he'd handle it, and my dad wanted to hang sheetrock today, and he's like, get it done, and I was like, okay. So I called a friend, and that's what we fucking did all day while he was hanging sheetrock and cussing us out.
How was Patrick's hangover?
It sounded like he was just waking up at 9.
Yeah, dude, we had I didn't join till after D&D, so I didn't get that drunk, but they were wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roxanne threw up in her bathtub a lot of times, apparently.
That's messy.
Yeah, well, luckily, she's not my wife. She wants to be, but she's not.
Ugh. Alright, I need to open stuff up. Toby, cut it out! I need to
Alright.
actually get on.
So Felix, you make your way over to Grund. He's pickling. He's not actually looking your way, so he hasn't noticed you yet.
Has he still got his pack with the bedroll on it?
Looks like it's still tied around that rope. You look at the quality that he has tried with it, and it does not look anywhere near as good as what you guys have showed him, but he has tried.
Good. Once he has a minute, I'm gonna ask him if he knows anything about this Klondike bar. I'm gonna ask him about the Klondike bar.
Who Volcom Bikar?
That's about as much as I expected. Just someone we're looking for. By any chance, are you familiar with the skull? Gotta show him the weathered human skull with the sagging jaw.
Whoa! Hey! Skull! Why you have skull?
We found it nailed to a tree.
Why bring here?
To see if anyone was familiar with it.
But it's skull. Like any other skull. What do you want us to be familiar with?
We're just trying to figure out who put it there.
Is this joke?
No, if it was, it'd be a very poor joke.
I'm guessing Surya immediately wanted to go with Felix.
To see Grund? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Grund, we're aiming to put the dead to rest.
But I know nothing about skull.
Yeah, it's alright, Grund. How's the pickling business going?
I make mini pickles.
Very good.
They have to sit for a day though.
Ah.
Maybe more.
Oh. Cool. Well, keep at it. We're gonna keep looking for this skull owner.
Grund gives you a perplexed look. He doesn't really know how to respond to that one. I hear that note taking. Or typing. That's a lot of noise up there.
Sorry.
Alright. Well, that concludes my business.
Alright, we will continue on with B's business.
Is? Man, I'm sorry. I can't remember anyone's name. Give me like 2 seconds. Is Lauren in here anywhere?
Lauren?
Yeah.
Yeah, he owns the bakery.
Yes. Is he in the tavern anywhere?
Usually,
He is
yeah.
not.
Oh, that's
This-
peculiar.
Did you say no?
He is not.
Well then, I am going to leave the couple hanging for, just long enough. I'll keep my eye on them, and then as soon as they really want it, then I will take them up on their offer. But this one's just for fun. I have no questions.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, eventually I might try to get a dress out of it, but not the first time.
Okay.
And, I'll go share a room with Mew when that's done, because I'm not sleeping there.
You said you wanted to go see Lauren first then?
Is it the middle of the night?
It's getting later. It's more so like maybe 7, 8-ish o'clock.
When I'm done hooking up with this couple?
Oh, at that point, I didn't know you were doing that part first. I thought you were leaving them hanging to go see Lauren and then
Yeah,
coming
but
back.
like I'm leaving them hanging by like flirting with other people in the tavern.
Ah,
Sorry, should have been
your
more
order
clear.
of events did not be concise in my head there.
My sincerest apologies.
So as you are leaving or trying to leave them hanging, they're just kind of still casually talking anyways. They don't seem necessarily too worried about it. They feel like they got you hook, line, and sinker.
Then I'm not gonna do it. It's my game, not theirs. Okay. I'll just, have a few good conversations and go share the room with Mew then.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Unless there's anybody else who wants it, but she's not. She's not gonna play by their rules. This is
So there's probably
world.
quite a few that want it, as you have clearly seen, because you have flaunted quite a bit of it while keeping it covered, which makes them want it more.
Yeah, not tonight.
None of them can afford you.
Hey, I don't charge by the hour or anything.
You're just looking around the general audience of the room, and the Tarnlars are the only ones that look like they have money.
I'm not. It's not about money. It's about fun.
Then if you're looking for fun, there might be plenty of that.
Yeah. she's just gonna. You like I'm like conniving about sex right now.
Yeah, I'm just imagining Brent overhearing all of this.
Using
She-
sex as a weapon.
Yep, she is going to spend just enough time with everybody to hope that tomorrow or the next time I perform, they want it even more, and then she's gonna go home and share the room with Mew.
So while a lot of them do look like they want it, it's just one of those things where none of them ever actually pursue it. They never actually like ask you for something like that.
Yeah, and she hints at the fact that she might be interested and she might hit them up later, but she doesn't go through with it with anybody.
And usually around the time that she hints at the fact, you're starting to realize B is starting to realize something, that like something is going on where they start actively avoiding it when it's brought up, despite the fact that you can see the want in their eyes.
Hmm. Do I have a guess what that's about?
Insight check all of that. No, I'm just kidding. Just give me one insight check.
500 insight checks.
Wow, there's
All
that many
right.
people in that tavern?
All right, roller. I swear to God.
You can't quite put your finger on what it is that they're being so evasive to you about this subject for, when you know they want it, but it's just not happening.
Okay.
They're all wizards.
They heard Surya calling her a demon.
Demon spawn?
Oh, Surya,
Yes.
I need a wisdom save from you.
Ow. Let's hope this is working.
Or int save, whichever is higher between the two.
Wisdom or int?
Yes, two of them.
I need to make 2?
You need to make 2 wisdom or int saves, whichever is higher between the two.
Okay. Can I just roll it with advantage and then take both of those numbers?
Sure.
I think I fail the second. Second, yeah.
So you actually technically fail both.
Oh.
You are able to, seemingly resist a little bit for the first one, and we're backing up a bit here. While B was doing her performances again, you ever so slightly were just like tapping in rhythm with the beat of her Irish jig, or the stuff that she was doing basically. You did want to do an Irish jig, right, Bex, for the first one, right?
No, that
I
was
remember you mentioned it or something. Okay.
That was last time.
Either way, Surya, you were slightly getting into it, and then when B got up there for the second performance, you momentarily forgot until the performance was over that you cannot stand this demon.
Okay. Actually, quick question, since I came in late. Did we have a long rest?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Okay,
I feel
good.
better.
Another
I don't have 9
little
HP.
backtrack. Darren said long rest. You are confronted with nightmares, and it's this nightmare of a skull that is chasing you. You are running away from the skull. It's the same skull that you have pulled the black arrow out of. It's chasing you and laughing maniacally. There's no body, skeletal body or anything attached to it. It's just a floating skull that is chasing you, laughing maniacally. And just as it's about to catch you, you always wake up right before then. It wasn't
Question.
enough to ruin your long rest.
Yeah.
But it's something that kept surprising you and waking you up throughout the night. Many more nights of it might affect you, and you might get exhaustion.
Felix, we need to crush the skull.
Felix is speaking in tongues. Felix could actually speak in tongues.
And as Felix and Surya turn in for this night as well, like this was Surya, this was rewinding you back to the camping out night back near the owlbears. Fast forwarding to tonight, as you guys sleep as well, the same nightmares affect both Felix and Surya both again.
Cool.
Felix the Skull is fucking cursed.
What are you talking about?
This will be after we wake up, I guess. Damn it.
B, you do actually just technically just go join Mio immediately because there were no takers, and the the Tarnlars were both just looking at you again as if they had just completely won, and then you walked out on them.
They know you took the money from the guy.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but tomorrow night they're gonna be begging for it, and that's her plan.
When she gets
Mio,
in,
you were already sleeping, so
Oh.
B kind of comes in, knocks on the door. You probably get up and sleepily let her in to join you.
yep. She'd probably curl up in a ball at the foot of the bed and let her have the rest of the
No,
bed.
come here. We can cuddle. It's fine.
I see. This is how we're getting the Luna and I'm sorry,
No,
V. I forgot your character's name of that game.
this is not Luna and Red Bear. This is
Luna and
my
Red Bear.
character thinks of this cat as her sister. Thank you very much.
This is totally reliving Luna and Red Bear without the sex.
Well,
But
there
all
you
the
have
care
it.
and love and adoration.
There you go.
And yes, morning happens.
Then the morning comes.
So,
I want to go see Lauren.
all right.
I'll come with you.
You just like tell Mio that? Apparently you
Yeah.
do.
Let's go. Well,
I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna fucking kill these cats.
aw.
That's the
Oh,
spirit.
man.
Do it slowly, like cats deserve. Because they're assholes.
You must
Yeah,
be a
they
dog
fucking
person.
just threw my
No.
speakers off my goddamn desk.
I'm a cat person.
All people who love cats love them because they're assholes. That's rule number 1 of loving cats.
Fuck!
Uh-oh.
Poor fox.
Can't even punish them. They have no clue what you're punishing them for.
Right.
Oh, they know. They just don't care.
They fucking chipped my speakers.
Aw.
Fix that.
Aw.
Find the chip and glue it back.
No, it's like that part's obliterated.
Oof. Alright, BM Mio, you two, basically all of you are kind of stepping out of your rooms around the same time.
Did you two want to come with us?
I'm gonna go get breakfast.
You don't maybe want to quickly come with me to ask Lauren if he knows about this Volklondar thing?
Breakfast first.
Felix, the fucking skull is cursed.
What?
What skull?
What?
What skull's
That
cursed?
skull that you've been waving around. Fucking had a dream
You're-
with it again last night.
Okay.
You're waving a skull around? Why are you doing
What
that?
happened in your dream?
I was being chased, and as it was about to eat me, I woke up.
Oh, thank God, it's not just me having that nightmare. Here.
Wait,
I'm gonna pass
you're
the
both
skull.
having that dream?
That's not good.
That's
Yeah, are you two having the
probably not a-
dream?
no.
Nope.
Did you touch the skull?
I
Nope.
don't think
Did
so.
you touch the arrow?
Mm,
No?
no, I
Okay.
don't think so.
Do you want to touch the skull or the arrow?
Absolutely not.
If you're having dreams about it, that doesn't sound like a good thing. Maybe you should get rid of it.
Maybe you should have Lauren touch one of them and see which one's cursed.
Maybe you should ask the holy people to help you.
You have holy people?
There's a shrine next door to this inn.
We
Yeah.
should smash it and call it a day.
Well, if it's cursed, but only smashing it take care of it?
Oh no, we had people for this.
Would there be people at the shrine?
We could go to the All Faith Shrine.
Yeah, I suppose that'd probably be the best course of op. We can always crush it after.
Yeah.
This
I'm not
seems
taking
like
crushing
holy
it off the table.
territory. Yeah. Well,
We're going to crush it in a holy fashion. As God intended.
As you do.
You two go walk into the shrine and pull
like-
out a skull in front of a lot of priests, and they go.
Hey, I think we're
And they
cursed.
try to keep their own language down. Because you nearly made priest curse.
Can you uncurse us and the skull?
Why do you have that?
Listen, it's a long story that may or may not involve owl bears and near death. Can you lift a curse?
We found it nailed to a tree. Well, not nailed, but arrowed. Beard.
Yeah. Skulls don't really grow on trees, but this one did.
There's no magic or anything connected to that skull.
Oh, how about this arrow?
There doesn't seem to be anything connected to that either.
This note?
No?
Or
And
either
this is
of us.
after like detect magic being casted to be able to see this stuff, and basically detect good and evil as well being brought up just to try to double take it.
Okay, so are we just cursed then?
Felix, what did you get me into?
I didn't get
don't
you
know.
into anything. Is there anybody that knows this Falklander person?
Who is that?
Okay, cool. That's what I
Did you
figured.
actually come here to pray at all, or just to try to get us to remove curses?
Uh,
You've interrupted morning prayers by bringing a skull into the sermon.
can you lay the skull to rest, please? They had a very traumatic end to their life, I'm assuming.
If you're cursed, I don't want to touch it.
You just said it's not cursed.
A few of the priests back up from you.
So is it or is it not cursed?
We can't see that it's cursed, but just because you are saying you are cursed and that these objects are what did it, we don't want to touch them.
Oh, well, you would have been able to tell whether or not it's cursed, wouldn't you?
But you're not even cursed.
Like, can you lay this skull to rest or no?
I'm assuming.
Do you have the rest
Mio
of the
and
body,
Pete
maybe?
laughing.
There's nothing really connected to the skull at this point.
I mean, the jaw's still there. It's sagging, but it's still there.
If we hypothetically
Felix, it looks like the skull is mocking you again.
Does it need to be does it need to be the body that the skull was originally attached to?
Why are you asking us? We don't know.
okay,
You're the priests.
hypothetically speaking, if we were to smash the skull, would the nightmares go away?
Hypothetically speaking, they might, but we don't know why you're having the nightmares. There's no curse on either of you.
You're sure of that?
Positive.
Okay. Huh. Well, I'm out of really anything. This is beyond me.
Or are we being haunted? Is that an option?
Have we pissed off any ghosts recently that we didn't kill?
I mean, did we kill it or did it come back?
Oh no, it's dead. It's super dead. Thank you for your time. We gotta go see a man about a horse.
You people certainly come in with the weirdest of requests and information.
B is leaning against the wall, like by the door, trying not to be associated with these shenanigans while still, being there.
Felix walks past you as you are trying to unassociate yourself from them.
I'm gonna toss the skull to B.
Nope. Dodging it. I'm dodging it. I'm not
Uh.
picking it. I'm not fucking touching that thing.
Is it my dex versus hers?
It will be you giving an attack roll versus her giving an acrobatics or athletics roll, whichever is higher.
D20 plus 5, I guess?
I feel like at some point B might take the skilled feat.
10.
B easily dodges the skull, and the skull cracks against the door frame, falls to the ground, and shatters into a bunch of small pieces.
Oh, that's probably fine.
B holds the rapier up to Felix's throat and says, "If you ever threaten to curse me again, I'll kill you."
I'm gonna lick the rapier seductively.
Demon, it's not cursed.
She slaps him across the face and walks out the door.
Hey, but we're supposed to be friends.
We did our due diligence. We talked to the priest. Not cursed.
Are you going to at least clean up the mess? What the frick was that?
Sounds like Felix's problem, she shouts as she walks out the door.
Oh, Felix is already
What
gone.
the fork is wrong with you people?
I need a broom and a dustpan.
I'll help you.
I'll spend the time
Felix
cleaning it up.
and B going to Lorenz as Surya and Mio stay to clean up.
Yep.
Yep, guess so.
Alright, Felix and B, you two make it to Lorenz.
He's
Lauren
assuming that Felix
is-
is gonna go ahead and take the lead on this, so she's just gonna hang out by the door again.
Loren is basically just transitioning between a few ovens and some other things, making the dough, doing some other bits, and just doing some morning business, getting stuff ready to get to the helm and to other places and to basically get his sail ready for the day.
Gonna help him out while asking him questions. You know anything about
Do you know
I-
bakery? Real quick
I've
before
helped
you
him
ask
out a few
questions?
times. I've helped him out a few times before,
Uh-huh.
so I know enough to help. I would assume.
He can take
Hmm.
orders.
It's true. Yeah, you can do that part.
I can't run a
Alright,
bakery myself.
you basically man the counter as Loren does the work, and every time Loren comes close enough, you and him are chit chatting. B, are you joining in on this endeavor?
Yeah, I mean, for Loren's sake, I will, but I'm staying as far away from Felix as I can.
Are you still trying to unassociate, or are you just mad at Felix?
I'm just mad at Felix.
Okay. So, if you are staying far away, it means you're not working the counter, so you are basically manning a few of the ovens as Loren coaches you through basically the times to pull the stuff out and whatnot. And what
I
are you
got
actually talking
thaumaturgy.
about?
Is that helpful? Maybe that's helpful.
It looks like Loren's already got quite the process going on this, and yeah, he does this stuff alone usually, so he's got a huge system going on with all of this stuff, and none of his stuff ever really gets burnt, so he just gives you timings for when to pull the stuff out.
Well, we're alone in the back, basically.
This is, well, it's the counter, and then all of his work is basically almost directly behind the counter. There isn't really a full-on back to be alone in.
She'll just kind of try and keep her voice down and talk to him when there's not a ton of people in the shop, and just.
Oh, on that part, yes, there is enough backness from there between the size of the ovens and whatnot to customers that are coming in, which are still few at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm gonna regale to him what we found because I think it's interesting information, and then also hopefully he'll have heard of Volklandar.
Can't say I've heard of Volklandar.
Any leads on who we might be able to ask? This
It
shouldn't be a dead
sounds like a
end.
made-up word to me.
Have you heard of The Last Laugh?
Someone trying to play a joke on you?
Seems to be.
Usually.
That's all I can think of. Volklandar does not exist here.
Any ideas who else we might talk to about this?
About the last laugh part having like a joke played on you, or this Volklandar person that doesn't exist?
I mean,
Who? Hang on. Who did we get the information from about the skull in the tree anyway?
was it the pawn shop guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Valivo. I guess that's our
No,
next stop.
Valivo would be trying to play a prank on you, but I guess for some reason maybe isn't he kind of shy though?
Yeah, he didn't strike me as that type. He also didn't strike me as having a ton more information than the information he already gave us.
Hmm. So I guess the punchline is just a dead end.
For now.
I think the punchline might have to do with your nightmares.
Really?
Assuming you have told him about that. If
How
not,
do you
then
know
he takes
about
back
that?
statement. Oh, we've been to the church.
That was literally 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, it was.
Exactly.
Just
But no, I'm assuming you have also explained the whole dream thing to him, unless you
Yeah,
haven't.
mentioned it.
Really, because I was a little worried right now. At the omniscient baker.
No, there's only one omniscient person in this town, and you know where that person is.
We should go ask Razim what's going on. He'll know. That was a joke. B did not say that.
So you guys all basically trade information. You don't really learn anything new from Loren. Basically, what there was to know from Loren has still settled itself out. It was that whole side gig that he had known about before, but he is grateful for the information because he's definitely able to keep that as agent contact information for the higher ups at your guys' stuff.
Any other jobs from him?
He says it's been too soon. Don't have anything yet for you guys.
Cool.
Wait, didn't he give us already? I didn't take notes because I wasn't there. Didn't he give us something? I thought we had 2 leads. Oh, the other one's the one I got. Just kidding.
Yeah, wasn't your lead under Wilvers?
Yeah, that's kind of why I was hoping to, flirt with
Alright,
him.
well, who knows arrows in the...
He will give you that information as I quickly try to search through all of the shops and places that I have numbered here to try to find that.
Ironhead's arms?
I think there was actually one that was specific to like Bowyer, but I'm looking.
How much money does Felix have? 50 coins. That means Daddy can get some stuff.
I do not have enough money for plate armor.
I can get studded leather. And with how much I'm tanking.
Well, it's not that shop. Not that shop either. I like that the small village has like nearly 2 of everything, except for the one thing that you guys keep asking for that I keep trying to find.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's because when we piss off a shopkeeper, at least then we can still keep buying things.
Apparently so.
And while they're
Nice,
doing
it's
that,
not
I'm
that one.
assuming we're cleaning up Felix's mess.
It's not that one.
Oh,
not
that's
that
you
one.
guys are already with us. Doesn't take much to clean up a skull. Trust me. I've been there.
See, I'd question that,
I
but
thought
you've
there was
maced a
at
room
least
full
a
of Boy
woodworker in
Scouts,
town.
so
I thought there was a woodworker in town somewhere. I am not seeing one. So Loren tells you that if Ironhead Arms doesn't have it, then Valivos probably would. Although it doesn't look like you really trust Valivo much right now. Or do you? I don't know.
Volivo. That's just Falklander misspelled. It's Voldemort.
My wife gave me chocolate milk, and I'm not sure if I was supposed to share it with her or not because I've nearly almost drank it all.
Delicious. Love chocolate milk.
We know.
I don't share it though, because the wife doesn't like it. So it's all for me.
Lucky
Sometimes for my
bastard.
brother-in-law. But mostly for me.
Socks, you until a while ago lived on your own. Couldn't you have just had all the chocolate milk you wanted?
I still am currently living on my own.
I mean, yeah, but you have a house now.
Yeah, but I'm not in said house.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
So you're given basically the 2 places you already know where to go for that stuff. You probably will have better luck at Ironhead Arms, considering you're looking for stuff specific to weapons, which arms usually references weapons.
Alright, unless we have anything else, then I guess Ironhead is the best place to go next.
Surya and Mio, you two clean up the skull. Mio, do you actually try avoid touching the skull, or what do you do?
Oh, they said that it wasn't cursed. She
Oh
wouldn't
no.
avoid touching it.
Yes! Nightmare Crew!
Well, no, if he doesn't get nightmares, then it's probably the arrow. We can have B touch that one to test.
I will not be touching that fucking arrow. Apparently, even though my int is 8, I am the least idiotic out of all of us.
Oh, everyone's here. I forgot. I need to put Mio through some situations because I know of some things that V can't handle very well as revenge for Shin, which is my character in the other game.
Uh-oh. Run V, run now.
Mio runs as fast as she can.
You can't outrun it. It is
He is-
inevitable.
He is omnipotent.
The inevitable end. So, God, how's that plague coming?
How's that play coming?
Yeah. Chirurgeon D. Cabayas needs to make an appearance.
Alright, so moving on from plagues and torturing V because of choices he made in a previous D&D night. Or didn't make well enough, as it were. Surya, Mio, you two clean up the mess pretty quickly, and then you know that Felix and B went to Lorenz. You still have a bit of time before you actually see them come out, unless you are doing something yourselves or heading to Lorenz yourself.
Probably just wait to come out.
Probably.
Are you going to the Helmet High Sun?
No, probably just wait outside the bakery. Is that the Helmet High Sun?
No. Lorenz Bakery is on the map. Felix is covering a portion of the name.
Okay. Probably just wait outside.
Now it's Lorenz Bake.
Oh, it's that kind of
Furries are
bakery.
overrated.
Alright, so it takes a little bit, and Felix and B help out Loren. They get done with that noise, and they come on out. And Felix beelines it for what seems to be Ironhead Arms.
I will, stay back with Surya and Mew. Be like, he's going that way to see if those people know about the arrow.
Oh, I
Surya
he wanted to
beelines
get
it shortly after figuring out what Felix was beelining for. B, Mio, you two doing anything else?
Shall we join them?
Yeah, we could.
Alright, let's go.
Pulling up another character. Man, I gotta stop forgetting all of these people
Yeah, I need to
from
put my
one
notes on who runs what
few
shop
weeks to the next.
together into one easy to search.
Did I have a voice for this guy or Kit? Did I have a voice for this guy?
Ironhead?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was something similar to Rorik.
Something similar to Rourke. Do I have
Or
a
at least
something
you hope.
similar to Rourke without actually being Rourke?
Or is that just your hope because you want Rourke back?
I honestly can't
As-
remember. It's been too long.
As another Smith.
It's been like a month since we last played.
Oh, I recognize that face. What can I help you with this fine morning?
Hoping. Well, one, I could use some studded leather armor if you've got any of that. I think you're saving a.
Always with the non-metal stuff, but yes, I do have some studded leather armor, and studs are impeccable.
Don't
Excellent.
worry, once I have more fun, I will get
And-
something heavier.
And two, do you know
I
anything
look forward to it.
about a Volklandar?
Huklon, what?
Cool. Do you know anything about cursed skulls?
I heard there was a commotion at the church this morning from you guys.
I thought they said it wasn't cursed.
Or do you recognize this arrow?
Do not
Ah.
touch it.
I suppose Surya has the arrow.
I will pull out the arrow and I will not hand it to him.
We don't know whether or not it's cursed. They said it's not, but we can't be sure.
He does like a thinking pose and kind of strokes the tuft of a beard, and he goes, "Why is it black?"
Is it not typical?
Arrows aren't typically black. He points to a stock of just mass amounts of arrows that are, made of the normal color of wood.
Have you ever had to do a custom black arrow for anyone?
A custom black arrow would either be like a charcoal arrow or something. That wouldn't
Obsidian.
last though. Maybe obsidian arrow. I mean, it could work, but that's very expensive for an arrow.
Is this arrow obsidian or anything?
Could you tell us the metal that it's made of without touching it?
Place it on my counter.
Place it on the counter. What's happening?
So he gives it the once over, looks at it a little bit. He's like, "So the arrowhead itself is painted over." And then he takes out he actually goes over and pulls another arrow out of the stock, comes back over, and taps that arrow with the other arrow. And he goes, "Ah, that's why it's black. All right. No, this is coated in something."
Coated in something?
Yeah, don't you see the powder right there? The black powder?
Can I do a perception with advantage?
Your passive 15 can see the black powder that has fallen off of the arrow.
Is there anything special to it, or?
I don't know what the powder is, but I imagine it does something. I don't know
Can
why it would be
inspect
there.
The powder?
Yeah, give me a perception. No, investigation.
Investigation. Well, it's not negative.
Maybe that powder's what's giving you guys nightmares.
I don't think I know what it is.
Felix, you can also investigate if you would like.
Yeah. No.
Neither of you have any earthly idea what this powder could be. Well, I know whatever it is. I don't want to touch it. Seems like you two already got it on you and probably sniffed it or something. I don't know.
I'll wipe it up and remove it.
You guys sniff
Thank you.
arrows? That's weird.
Is there an alchemist somewhere in this town?
Good question, Bex.
B asks the guy who runs Ironhead Arms.
I think Falivo might be the best.
Maybe.
Yes, I know you were specifically asking the person as B. Your DM is going, fuck you for asking the question, because there's
Hey, we can't investigate well enough to tell if it's a natural thing, if it's a magical thing. So I'm just thinking maybe a nature person might know what this powder is.
not.
trying to follow a lead here. This is the only job we have right
there's-
now.
Is it 45 for the studded leather? GP? I'm also going with the bot thing.
When are you saying 45 in game? Because
Yeah.
he will. 45. Hmm.
I think that's
Mm.
typical, isn't it?
You know, you've been here enough. Sure, we'll do 45.
Cool. Move. Add equipment. Add items. Studded leather. Add. Hello, 15 AC.
So tanky.
Oh yeah. Someone's gotta be.
All right, can I help any of the rest of you?
Did he answer my question about alchemist?
There's no alchemist here.
Interesting. No one who
You might
deals in
find a
healing.
passing merchant that might be an alchemist, but we don't specifically have any alchemists here. Not much use for them.
No, you never need healing potions, huh?
I mean, we have plenty of general stores that get enough of a market for it from, again, the merchants that pass by.
Yeah. All right.
Do we want to?
You are aware this is a merchant village, right? We don't actually usually have need for adventurers.
Well, but you do now. I understand.
And you guys have been mighty helpful so far from what it seems like.
We do our best.
Alright. And Surya, did you have any business yourself, or just to make that promise that you will come back with business?
Believe me, I need 1,200 gold to buy plate armor. It's gonna be a while.
I think it's 1,500. We had this conversation.
We
last
did just
night.
have this conversation.
Then it's gonna be even longer.
Well, do we want to grab breakfast since we kind of been running around before we got anything to eat?
You're totally right. I'm starving. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go get some breakfast.
Oh, ow. Thanks for reminding me. I want some jerky.
I want Brett to be done cooking my dinner because I
I
am
want not to
starving.
be cursed.
This is true.
Alright, as you guys leave Ironheads with all your business attended to,
No.
you get confronted with 2 young boys and 2 young girls. They all look to be around 7 to 10. And they immediately walk up to B and Mio and go, "Come play with us! Come play with us!" And they even walk up to one of them walks up between Felix and Surya and goes, "Would you like to come play with us too?" looking more towards Felix because Surya looks pretty surly.
Getting some shining vibes here.
Mm,
Not right now. We haven't had breakfast yet. Maybe afterwards.
can I insight
Aw,
check these
you
children,
promise?
please?
What's
I'm
your
gonna
passive?
assist that insight.
What's your passive insight?
13.
They want to play.
They're just kids.
They want to play because they want to skip out on chores.
How about this? You finish your chores and we'll play later.
But that's the whole reason we want to play. And they stamp their feet and
know.
they walk away.
Bye.
Ah, children.
They immediately like walk up to a couple of other merchants that are just on the long road there this morning. The same thing ensues.
Let's go eat.
Alright, you guys go to the helm, get your food, eat. Nothing really out of the ordinary happens there, nothing major. Hey, did you have anything you wanted to do after eating?
Hey, Beef, what do you make of this powder?
May I investigate it without touching it?
Give me an investigation with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, yo. Just FYI.
Hey, we
I
rolled
then
a
so-
9 and a 6.
And then
Fuck
Surya just like
yeah.
flicks the powder at her.
If she does, I'm dodging it. God damn it!
If I assist her,
There's a natty one
Can-
for you.
yeah, if I she ends up touching it on accident.
If I get cursed, I'm coming to your house and I'm killing you.
So B, you got transfixed on the arrow while you were trying to investigate it, so much so that you forgot about the powder substance that Ironhead had just mentioned
Oh,
earlier.
God damn it! Just fucking nat one. Son of a bitch. Being all careful and shit. Sorry, keep going.
And you pick up the arrow by its fletching, and the black painted arrowhead, and you're spinning it over to look at it, and you see what looks to be smudges in the powder. And as you look closer at it, and then you look over at Surya's gloved hands or whatnot, you see that the smudges are basically coming from little black fingertips that are at the tips of Surya's hands at this point.
But I've touched it as well.
You have officially touched it.
Fuck. God
Nice.
damn. Hey,
Welcome to the club.
Suri, I think you have some of this on your hands. I guess I do too now, because I'm.
Oh
As
shit,
you
mine's
put down-
incorporated the plague!
As you put down the arrow, your fingertips do not seem to have any black smudges on them because of where you picked the arrow up from.
Oh, well, that's good. I think you two maybe need to clean your gauntlets or whatever it is that you're wearing on your hands, or a bath maybe.
Oh, we could go to Haley's.
Ah, yes, we'll get it in the water. Brilliant idea.
No, you can have a private bath, or just fucking go to the river. I don't give a shit.
Ah, I'm the drinking sword. Even better.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
No,
It
you're
was
sorry, yeah.
well.
Yeah, we could
Just
go see
take a
Haley.
dip.
She slept some information about this map I've got, and maybe she knows something about ball climbing.
Magic baths? Maybe she has magic baths. Yeah, let's go see Haley.
Unless you were actually wanting to RP with her, you two are given private baths with the intent to drain the bath afterwards. And you two feel very cleansed after said bath.
Nice.
B and Meal, were you two also taking a bath?
Well, since we're here,
May as well. Public bath. Let's go.
Then all of that goes down too. And after the bath, so what would you guys like to do?
I'll go up to Haley and said, yeah, we saw this note that had a name, Volklander on it. Have you heard anything about that?
Who's Falklandar?
Not sure. We're trying to ask around and see who might know.
Sounds made up for Red Larch. I pretty much know everyone that, no Volklander is here.
Guess we'll keep asking around then.
Is there
Thanks for the bath.
perhaps another town out that way?
Is Red Larch the closest town to where that skull was at?
Mhm.
Is there anything else out there?
Just eating my asparagus, damn it. Zoomy. I see Red Larch is there. You guys were over here somewhere. The next closest populated place would be Belliard. But that's still a fair distance away. And then the next closest populated place other than that is from Belliard to Summit Hall.
Hey, I know Summit Hall.
So yeah, no other forthcoming information about Volklandar. Seems like everyone you guys have asked about this so far just has no clue who it is.
Alright, who all have we talked to
Cool.
at this point?
Everyone.
blacksmith.
We've alerted everyone to the fact that we're looking for some kind of secret society with magic powers. It's gonna be fine.
So we've talked to the blacksmith and the baker and the church.
In the bathhouse.
And the bath. Let's go to the fucking barber shop. Why not?
You guys going to Gilkers now?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, we
We lose.
could go back to Valvo since he was the one who told us about that tree.
Go leave Ziggy at
Illyria.
this point.
And
Yep, lost my wifey. I'm assuming because she's eating and watching stuff herself now.
also have a few things I want to see if he might have too. So
Yeah, good a lead as any at this point. At least the information actually came from him. Maybe he can tell us more about who gave him the lead, and that will lead somewhere.
yeah, maybe.
Only one way to find out.
Alright. You guys thank Haley for the baths. She goes to work on making sure to clean out Surya's and Felix's well enough.
We're currently
And as
the
you
entire
guys
town at this point.
as you guys hop back onto the long road, you start towards Valavos. You get stopped by the same four kids again. Are you ready to play with us now?
Have you done your chores yet?
Yes.
Insight check that. 19.
No.
We said you gotta do your chores first.
Oh, but come on, we just want to make friends and play with you.
Oh, what game do you want to play?
They all kind of look at each other and they go, "We're really good at hide and seek."
I want to tell them an anecdote so bad, or a story.
Okay, I'd like Attica. I was gonna say if it's hide and seek, then they're up to something. Like that was the one game where if they say that, then we're playing with them.
So who wants to be it first? We can hide if you want to seek first.
Um,
Yeah, I'll
who's the
live
best
for you.
finder? Mew? Mew's the best finder.
All
They
four
really
of you
shouldn't
would be the
doing their
finder.
chores.
All four of us would be the finder.
Yeah. We doubt you'll catch all of us.
Said there's
Be
2
like-
boys, 2 girls.
They
Yes.
really need to be doing their chores.
Now hang
Oh,
on.
come on. You don't need to be that serious all the time, right?
Yeah, we just gotta find them real quick so that they get back to their chores.
We'll give you a 2-minute head start. Go. I'm gonna turn to Surya and say, hang on. Kids like to hide in places where they can't be found, right?
Right?
And cultists also like to go in such places, right?
Right.
Find out where kids are hiding. You can find out where other people are hiding.
Well, I mean, we already
Wouldn't
know where the cultists are, but sure.
We know where
What-
some of them are. We don't know what the kids know, because they might know a different way in.
Felix,
What-
you're gonna put the children in danger.
Oh, like they aren't gonna
cultists.
go there themselves.
wouldn't the cultists have done bad things to the kids if they were hiding where they're hiding?
Can learn a lot from where a kid hides. That or it's absolutely nothing, and they go back to the after. Either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah, we can try and find them.
I
If
do
we're
not like
playing, B
this.
is leaning all the way into playing. She is so down.
Were they human kids?
B, a couple of them seem to have a striking resemblance to Megla, and the other couple of them seem to have a striking resemblance to the other Tarnlor.
Hmm. Okay, well, there's a hint on where they might be hiding.
I also have advantage because favorite enemy is humans.
Shut
What?
the
Ooh.
fuck up!
Ooh! This is where Mio just like gets down at all fours and starts becoming primal all of a sudden. And then just goes, I sense my prey.
I didn't even know you could take humans as favorite enemy.
So, 2 minutes goes by. The kids are just like gone. I guess Mio, give me the checks you need, and anyone else trained in it. It will definitely be a investigation to search for them. So,
Yep, fuck that.
I
Yep,
can
I'm
assist in an
Anyone else?
investigation.
yep.
I'm not trained, but I'm living my best life playing anyway.
I'm trained.
I don't have to roll. I'm just
So-
trying real hard.
B and Surya just like go off in different directions to try to find the kids, as Mio and Felix just like get a dead eye set for where all four of the kids are, and very, very quickly gather them up. Mio, almost insatiably, like Mio's hungry.
Mio smells them.
B, you living your best life. Come back around a corner to see that Mio already has all four of the kids wrangled up,
Yeah, I found
and
them.
Surya is just kind of standing there all being surly again, and Felix is there gone, and I helped.
You're amazing. That's amazing.
You guys need to be better at hiding.
Well, if they did their chores, then maybe they would be.
They look a bit scared.
Children,
We-
this is why
we,
you cannot skimp on your chores.
Wait, but hold on. Would you play with us more if we gave you like I don't know, some information about a dwarf that talked to us before about a place?
Ooh. Okay.
Go on.
Yeah. There was this grizzled dwarf prospector person. He was all like beardy and hairy and had the grizzled voice of rocks and stuff like that.
Most dwarves do.
We were heading towards Lance Rock and he came from there and he's like, "Oh, don't go there. There's plague there. Don't do that." This
What
little boy
kind
that
of-
did that accent got a super deep voice all of a sudden, and you're like, "How the hell? This really coming from this kid?" And then the little boy goes right back to, "Yeah, he told us not to go near Lance Rock."
What
Oh.
kind of plague?
Near what rock?
Lance Rock.
Lance Rock.
You know, like the pokey stick? Lance?
Where is Lance Rock?
Oh, it's off in no direction.
What was this dwarf's name?
I don't know, he's just a prospector guy. He didn't seem to have a name to me. No, I didn't really care to ask either, but you know.
Is he still in town?
Lance Rock is just south, southwest of Red Larch. No, I don't think so. I haven't seen him, or else we would have tried playing with him too, because he was very helpful, at least in telling us to stay away from plague.
Yeah. Don't want to get sick, so don't want.
So you ready to play another round? We'll hide better this time, I swear.
Why don't you try to find me?
Aw, that's not as fun as the hiding part. But
That's
okay, we can do that.
terrifying, though.
You four hide.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna hide in one of Grun's pickle buckets.
B runs off.
I run off and hide.
All right, I need stealth rolls from all of you.
Oh fuck.
Can I have advantage for hiding in a pickle bucket?
No, because Ron is flushing you the whole time.
25.
This is not gonna be pretty. Got funny. Roll. Can I roll with super disadvantage?
So, Mio, B, and Surya, you all are found within short order by each of a different kid. Felix takes
I
a bit
was-
longer.
Never heard from again.
It takes a bit longer, but one of the kids finally finds you because Grunt was still not being quiet after a few minutes of this.
Oh, damn it, Grun.
And the kid goes, "Why are you hiding here?"
Shh. You saw nothing.
"You're gonna be smelly. Come on out."
Darn it. Alright. See you, Grun.
Grund is still very confusedly wondering why you were hiding in a pickle bucket thing.
It needed to be done.
You guys are good at finding people too.
You were easy. So,
I'm assuming my armor just sort of gave it away.
your armor actually was glaring so brightly off of the sun at the moment that, like, a kid just walked right up to you and went, "There you are!" After the 2 rounds of hide and seek with the kids, they thank you for playing with them. and they hope that you guys will do it with them again sometime, and then they begrudgingly go back to actually do their chores, maybe.
See, we learned something useful.
Gonna
we
tell
learned-
the story.
And we learned about a plague. Or
Yes.
that's it's not a good thing.
It's about mid-afternoon. What would you guys like to do?
Probably head the rest of the way to Valvo's.
Alright. You stop at Valavo's, and you see Valavo behind the counter going, hello.
Hello.
Hi, dear. Good to see you again.
Oh no, it's all of you.
What did you guys do to him?
We didn't. I didn't do anything.
Would you prefer we come in one at a time?
No, it's okay. I just don't do well with crowds.
Just pretend I'm not here.
You gonna like roll a stealth check just to like try to fade in?
Yeah. 13.
Felix, for all intents and purposes, just said just pretend I'm not here, and is now completely acting like Drax the Destroyer.
I'm unfamiliar.
Very slow movements while still being very obviously seen, because he is invisible to himself.
Gotcha.
You ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Nope.
What?
Saw the second one.
It's the second one that he did that in.
Yeah, the
joke's Is it?
definitely from volume 2.
Wait, how many are there?
2.
2.
2? Okay. I do not remember that one at all. That part at all, rather.
That's alright.
Definitely haven't seen the first.
Alright. So what can I help you all with? V's got your back.
Sorry, did you have something to show Valavo?
I will
Handle it
pull out
carefully.
the arrow. Do not touch it, but we are wondering, you know, what the substance coating the arrow is.
So Valvo tries his best to look at the arrow while not actually, you know, touching it as well. Let me just see what Valvo is so I can pull up a stat block real quick. Really? No, not there? Okay. Alright. Regardless, he inspects the arrow and he comes up with basically the same conclusion as Ironhead does.
Dear.
He says, so there's something coating the arrow?
You familiar with the substance at all? Some
I
kind
am not,
of
no.
poison?
It's a poison? Why would it be a
No,
poison? Why would
Is it some kind of poison?
Is it some kind? No, I don't think so. It just looks like a black powder.
Hmm.
Why? What's happening?
Nightmares.
The same nightmare.
What?
The same nightmare.
This arrow came from that tip you gave us. Can you tell us where you got the information?
I just got it in passing from someone who was shopping in my shop.
Was this someone a dwarf by chance?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just another human.
Okay.
I don't know why I made Valivo sound like the kid as well, but now we're here.
What's done is done.
So that way the kid can sound like the dwarf.
Exactly. But no, I know Valivo sounds shy, but I don't have a good shy voice. Was there anything business-wise I could help you guys with?
Oh, I was wondering if you had maybe like some medical supplies or something, like a healer's kit.
A healer's kit. Ah, I do think I have one of those. Hold on a second. You see Valivo walk up a couple of things of his merchandise, walk to the edge of one of them, do for all intents and purposes what looks to be a professional dive, and falls directly into a batch of bags.
I'd take one too while you're in there.
Sounds like Valivo's already pretty far into the bags. Few minutes of this goes by. And then
Are you okay?
I found him.
Ah, great.
So specifically healer's kits and not potions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Alright. If you're wanting both of them, that'll be 5 gold apiece.
okay.
I hand it over.
Yep, hand it over.
Any other kits, since I already have like a hole kind of dug in that general area now? That's where all the kits are held.
Oh, what other kind of kits do you have?
Like an herbalism kit. Disguise kit. I probably shouldn't say that kit. A mess kit. I shouldn't say that kit either. A climber's kit.
Which
Okay, yeah,
kits?
those ones.
Which ones are you skipping?
You can tell us what you've got.
I mean, I shouldn't. Looks directly at Felix. One of
That's
you is
supposed
bound to
mean?
take advantage of these kits. They might or might not help you with forging things, wink, and potentially even disguising yourself, wink, or maybe even poisoning things, wink.
That seems pretty low. I don't know who would do that.
Oh, we could get the disguise thing. That we could use that for your performances.
We don't need to buy one of those.
She already has one.
Wink.
Wink.
Is something wrong with your eye?
No, dear. No, not at
No,
all.
I just can't wink, so I'm actually having to say wink.
Oh.
Because there's this weird thing where, like, none of you can actually see me doing physical winking, so I just kind of have to say that I'm winking so you understand it, because we're not across the table from each other. I mean, what?
Meta.
His mind explodes. Intelligence cannot handle that.
Well, I guess guess the healer's kit is all we'll probably need then. I can climb pretty good without a climber's kit, unless anybody else wants one.
Doesn't look like there's any takers. That's okay.
Well,
I
thank you for
possess
the
not
healer's
even
kit.
rope, but oh well.
You possess what, Bex?
I do not even possess rope. I have one of those adventure like starting kits that doesn't even have fucking 50 feet of rope in it. But
So did B say that out loud?
no, I don't think B wants a climber's kit, even though I probably should buy one. So there you go.
Did B say something about rope out loud is what I meant.
Sure.
Because you have Valivo in business mode, and Valivo is not as shy in business mode, which means Valivo says, "Oh, are you looking for hempen rope or silk rope?"
Silk. How much?
Nice.
50 feet of silk rope is 10 gold per.
Can I buy it in a smaller amount? Do I have to buy all 50 feet? That seems like way more than I need as a toy.
Oh
Rope
no,
is
they,
not a
they usually
toy.
come in 50 feet increments. You can cut them up afterwards, but I have to sell them in 50 feet increments.
I will think about that one. Thank you for the offer.
If you want silk rope, the reason why is it's lighter than hempen rope, so it's easier to carry around, so having 50 feet of it won't actually bog you down.
It's not the only reason to have it. I'm tempted. Maybe after
What
we
other
show
reason do you
tonight.
want to have it?
Don't
Mio's
worry
looking
about
at
it.
her confused.
Okay,
You know
this
what?
this human is going to
No.
insight check you.
My temptation is overwhelming me. I will buy it. And also, that
Insight check
human-
is intelligence, right?
welcome to Insight's wisdom.
It's wisdom. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about as bad as the intelligence check, anyways. Your whole thing went right over his head.
Fabulous. Well, I'm 10 gold short, and I have silk rope now.
Nice. That could have bought a third of a wagon.
But now if you fall down any 50 feet holes, you're covered.
But not 51 feet holes.
I don't think that's what she has in mind at Port.
Not even a little bit.
And now the Tarn Lords have no clue what they're getting themselves into.
Oh no.
They should know how bad they want it. Them playing it casual was not the right choice.
Who said they were playing it casual? They're just speaking with money, so they thought they won. So you guys settle your business with Balaboat? That came out wrong, so I just decided to finish it. Business with Valivo. What would you guys like to do? You've had a couple things go on now of certain rumors that have hit on your guys' curiosities, I think.
We've got two. We've got the nightly thing that goes at the Wagon Works, and we've got the dwarf at Lance Rock.
Well, do we want to see if anybody else knew about the plague in Lance Rock?
Could check with Lauren real quick.
It's not a bad idea.
I wonder if it's related to current predicament.
Yeah, it would be good to know what kind of plague they're talking about.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be best to go there in case if we get caught up in it. And I don't want to get sick and die.
I'm wondering if we already have.
We won't know until tonight if washing that black powder off you worked.
Oh.
I mean, we could take a nap right now.
Surya was grabbing the rope or the arrow again, so if it's from the powder on the arrow, then
Yes,
Probably-
but Felix doesn't have it, so this is a perfect science experiment.
I'm gonna go take a nap real quick while you guys talk to Laura.
Why is Lauren the person to talk to here?
Because apparently Lauren's.
I'm just wondering if I missed something.
That's just who Felix wants to talk to for everything.
Felix, you get stopped by the proprietress of the Swinging Sword before you get to your room going, turning in early for the night?
Science stuff. We're experimenting.
Oh, would this happen to have anything to do with that plague that might be going on?
Plague. What? Hang on. Hold that thought. I'm gonna wave over to Sura. Be a Mew.
I guess we follow.
I will saunter in your general direction.
You were talking
is-
about a plague?
Well, I know there's been like an evil presence over Red Larch of late. You've had to have seen it by now too, right?
The evil presence. What's going on?
I don't know, but it might be relating to this plague thing, and knowing about what's happened at All Faith Shrine with you two now, it's kind of have me. I'm pretty sure on this information. I feel whatever's happening could be the trouble that's emanating from Lance Rock. Like whatever's happening to this town has to be from an evil presence there. I know it.
What exactly has been happening in Lance Rock?
I can't say for sure, but it's just I have a feeling like this. There's just an evil presence there. The constable, the town elders, no one will actually help me out with this. So I am prepared to offer each of you 50 gold to investigate, and that's 50 each.
That's a lot of
a lot.
gold.
Yes,
Sounds
I
great.
really want to make sure that you guys are investigating to make sure there's no sinister forces lurking there. If I want presence of mind with this, I want the peace of mind to actually know that there's not an evil presence there.
Sounds like a job for the adventuring friends.
Anyone else hear a train?
What's a train?
What's
Never mind.
Also, if you're hearing trains, careful, they could come right through your wall.
I thought that was a large, like, glass of Kool-Aid.
God, I haven't had Kool-Aid in. Well, I haven't had it since last decade.
No Kool-Aid for you.
Essentially, yeah. At least I still got my chocolate milk. I like chalky milk.
Oh god.
God's gonna kill you with a train.
Someday.
No, my wife and I have also grown attached to calling it chalky milk for whatever reason. So I thought it was just funny that he also calls it chalky milk.
Spelled with 3 C's. One at the start and then 2 towards the end.
I-E or Y?
Why?
Okay, we have a difference then.
Well, I guess.
Okay, now
Guess
I
we're
hear
going.
a train.
Is this like a plot related train, or is there a train going V's background here? What's going on?
I don't know where it came from, but I heard it.
I was
Creepy.
watching the Taz. I just finished the Port Limited. Is this after that?
Part of Rockport
It's a
Limited.
part of Rockport.
Okay. I must have forgotten it then. Was it towards
Wait,
the start of
no.
it?
Wait, hang on. No, it's not a part of Rockport.
Okay.
It's
Not?
a part of Pedal to the Metal.
Oh shit, you're totally right.
Cool. Not there yet.
Don't watch that, Kit.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Adventure Zone.
And
He
would
just
like to
linked
continue
something.
the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that,
Okay.
but I would like to
Uh,
continue the game. Because I
Maybe-
really have no clue about Taz.
We set out to Lance Rock in the
Yeah, we could go in the morning. That way you can get one more performance in.
That was my thought.
I'm sure everybody would appreciate that.
Are you sure I can't get you guys to look into it today?
Well, how far away is it?
It's right outside town.
Lance Rock is basically right outside town, like Felix has said, yes.
We should check on it today.
I
Let's
especially would,
procrastinate.
especially since, as you have already seen by now, you might have the kids around here are playful and like to venture out of the town themselves, so I don't want any of them to venture too far away either. We've already had a few things besides Lance Rock where the kids have been getting into trouble with venturing out of town.
All right, let's go now.
I guess we can go now.
Excellent.
And you see the proprietress give a huge sigh of relief.
Insight.
Hold on, let me move your token.
Cool. I know nothing, Jon Snow.
Kylesa is absolutely telling you the truth, and you see genuine concern and worry on her face. That is how much this is a worry to her. The 50 GP is also true. She'll give 50 GP to each of you.
Nice.
Well, let's go before we run out of daylight.
Yep.
Indeed.
You guys venture out. It really does not take very long. It's something you can see from this. Okay, what the frick was that? You take the long road exit to the south of town, Felix.
Can't fly yet.
And from the south of the town, you actually see Lance Rock off in the distance anyways, and start heading in that direction.
Okay.
March, march, march.
And I can hear Kit breathing.
I don't know what all I selected there, but I'm assuming things got revealed to you.
Yes, we can see where Red Larch is now, which is
Oh,
nice.
hey, that's cool.
Hey, there's Lance Rock. Sweet.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Just
Where
had to
was that
zoom out.
tree at? Path.
Wasn't it like somewhere around here?
Can't remember if it was like here, up here.
The tree actually does not have a ping on the map, so there's nothing there. There's no marker for it. Believe me, I looked. Also, this one is specifically for Syria, but you guys will know of it anyways, so it's fine. And since Belliard was also brought up,
I'm from Summit Hall.
Just a question for a sense of scale. How long did it take Surya to get from Summit Hall to Red Larch?
Good question.
And did Surya go north or south?
We're straight.
so Syria came through the southern end. Syria went through a couple other places. So Syria, you also know of the Desserin Road. You know of another place called Womford.
Wow.
Right.
I will be right back. My food's here.
Okay. I'm just revealing things. Don't worry about me.
Waterdeep to the west.
Waterdeep is pretty sure Waterdeep was to the
Southwest?
north or south, but I can't remember exactly. Plus, it's not actually on the map.
Yeah, it's not on this map. It's like actually on the coast, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it
Correct.
was one of the coast cities. where Mio's from is nowhere on the map.
It's
Way
definitely
off.
not on this map.
It is way off.
Alright, I
the
think
map.
this is oh nope, there's one up here that I can reveal too. Is that nope, more. There's more.
All the reveals.
While Sasha's being right back. Oh, this is a funny one. Here you go. I don't know why this was hidden.
And
Wow.
fail.
Hey, now I don't have to ask you scale questions anymore.
Hold on, let me get you back to the other map. I wonder if that one has a scale thing on it too.
It's on the bottom left.
X
Oh yeah,
equals
it's already,
4
it's
miles.
definitely there. I'm surprised they didn't hide that one.
So it's literally not even maybe 4 miles away then.
Correct. Also, just to say, let me get to the right thing so I can ping it. But your tree, whatever place, was like basically around here somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
And Summit Hall, you said, is uninhabited.
No, Summit Hall is inhabited. Surya would tell you more about that one though. Is that? No, it's revealed. Okay. Is the
I'm
road revealed?
guessing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is here, because that's where the path dead ends.
No, there's something else there.
Oh,
We had to go off
You
the
didn't.
path
You
to
didn't
get
take
there.
the path. Yeah, you didn't take any paths to get to the tree.
Alright, back.
Like you took Larch Path for a bit, and then you had to cut off of Larch Path because someone had an amazing survival check. I remember.
Yeah, I think it was like a 24 or a 25.
So Surya, when Surya ventured to Red Larch herself, she took the Desern Road south, went to Womford, cut across, stayed at the barge right in, and then cut across the Cairn Road straight to Red Larch.
Stay that barge right in. Got it.
I think whoever came from Waterdeep basically passed through Amphail on their way to Red Larch. Whoever came from northern stuff basically came by way of Tribor. Oh,
Okay.
that doesn't need to really be hidden either. Boop.
I'm immediately intrigued by a place called Black Maw Bog, personally.
I love how detailed this forest is. It's great. Crypt Garden Forest. Oh, really?
Hmm.
And it's weird that a lot of this stuff wasn't revealed, because a lot of this is literally just like general information you guys would have known about anyways before even venturing over to Red Larch, I would assume.
Probably.
Maybe not Mio, because Mio is super new to the area in general, but still. Okay, I think that's. Oop, there's one more. Now is that everything? Nope. Alright, so you guys don't have much to travel to actually get to where you're going. So, you do use the little bit of daylight left, and you get to Lance Rock basically right around as the sun itself is just finally disappearing.
Is this a town?
Lance Rock?
Yes.
Shouldn't be a town.
So
It's a site.
what's it look like? What's it at Lance Rock?
Lance Rock is a narrow 25-foot menhir of bare, gray rock that juts eastward at a 60-degree angle.
Question.
There.
Why is there a plague in Lance Rock when it isn't a town?
Yep, that's weird.
We're gonna find out eventually.
Is there anybody around
Who-
Lance Rock?
There's
Or is
nobody around Lance Rock.
It's literally just
It's-
this rock pointing out of the ground.
We
Are there-
are getting ambushed.
I just wrote in my notes, Lance Rock is literally a rock.
I'm gonna go for a perception check.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
looking around, seeing if there's any camps or buildings or
Socks, you
anything.
taking one or toss an advantage?
Give me that perception check.
I'll help him out. I
Okay,
don't trust this.
Alright. Give me that perception check.
23.
So as you're looking around more and you're looking specifically at this rock, the menhir is a gray granite, and it's unlike the surrounding area. You see a lot of limestone around this granite, but the rock itself is granite and not limestone. Something unparticular about it. It should not be in this area.
I'm gonna mention that to the companions. So is that rock? Anybody got detect magic?
Only identify, sorry.
As Mio, you noticed the same thing Felix did, but Felix, you also noticed something a bit more, and that is, Felix, you noticed that there is a ravine south of the stone that is choked with brush. You just barely make it out among all the brush, actually, and the reason why you make it out is because it actually looks like it's a trodden trail.
I will also point this out to my companions.
Maybe that's where the people are.
Or that's where the ambush is, yeah.
What do I know about Lance Rock, Miser?
Lance Rock is a narrow 25-foot menhir of bare gray rock that just eastward has a 60-degree angle.
What the hell's a menhir?
Menhir. I'm assuming it's just a rock.
Menhir. Yeah, it's pretty much just a dick sticking out of the ground made of stone. A menhir, standing stone, orthostat, or lith is a large man-made upright stone, typically dating from the year. Okay. Large man-made upright stone, typically dating from the European Middle Bronze Age.
Stonehenge
Here's-
style?
They can be found solely as monoliths or as part of a group of similar stones. And now I'm looking at just rock dicks. Okay. So
Wow,
if it's a
that rock
menhir,
looks a lot like a dick.
I mean, kinda, yeah. If it's a menhir, then it's man-made.
Something
s-
about this isn't right.
Agreed.
Well,
And we didn't see any enemies or anything?
You seem like you've got it covered pretty much on the perception. You didn't seem to see anything out of sight or out of the ordinary, besides the brush with the trail.
Alright, I'm gonna investigate the actual rock onto the brush in the trail.
Carefully, please.
All right, Felix, you walk south of Lance Rock for a bit to get to this trail that's leading into the ravine. You come up to the brush, and actually right near the brush there is actually a sign. As you come up to the sign, you read it, and it is actually in common. Come no closer, lest you catch the disfiguring plague that afflicts me, the Lord of Lance Rock.
The hell's the Lord of Lance Rock? Oh no, close. Catch the disfiguring
Did you find
plague that
anything?
what? Yeah, there's some dude that calls himself the Lord of Lance Rock.
What's he the lord of? I see nothing around here.
Presumably just
Yeah.
the rock.
I wonder who gave him the title of lord.
He could have given them to himself.
By what power?
That afflicts me.
Oh.
The rocks.
As a warning, fellows, I do fancy myself a bit of a healer, but I cannot cure a disease. So this may be risky for us.
I can heal us of some diseases?
Well, that might be handy. Just a thought if this really is a plague, but maybe it's not actually a disease.
I can neutralize the poison.
Only way to find out is to go in, I think.
Yeah, we're
Um,
not gonna find
actually-
anything if we stay here.
Miser, I'd like to pop a divine sense to detect good and evil.
Alright, can you ping that spell in roll 20 for me, please?
That's the one that Matthias uses in my game all the time.
I know, I still just need to figure out what I
Yeah.
want to do with it. Nothing comes up.
Okay.
It's
Well, I
just
don't-
like one. It's just like literally one radar ping, right? It doesn't stay active.
1 turn, 6 seconds.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing comes up.
Shall we
I
head
don't
in?
sense an evil presence here.
Are you guys walking through the brush?
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll lead.
I will follow, keeping an eye behind us.
As you walk through the brush and through the trail continues down to a cave mouth. Another sign with the same exact warning is written.
Should we shout into the cave?
I think we go stealthily.
Maybe we look first. Yeah, that's a good idea.
The cave mouth opens into darkness from which breezes a Wow, they have a typo here. I'm gonna just read this exactly how they have it. The cave mouth opens into darkness from which a breezes blows, carrying the faint odor of death. Inside is a natural cave, its floor and ceiling uneven. The passage leads to the west, narrowing as it proceeds.
Clang, 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 clang.
I have to ask you guys. Last time I have ran this specific encounter, it took around like 2.5, 3 hours. Do you guys have 2.5, 3 hours to do an encounter?
I mean,
I can
I'm
stay
West
up.
Coast.
Yeah, same here.
Kit, you're the major one. I was basically asking for this. When are you gonna pumpkin out on us?
I can do 2 hours.
You heard me when I said 2.5, 3 hours, right?
Get through the majority of it.
Alright, we shall see how this goes, but you guys... I'm really hoping this works out well. I'm gonna let... how do I do this? Oh, I can't... well, I switched you guys maps there, I think. Hold on a second, I gotta move something. So I can't scroll across the map as I'm trying to drag the player thing places.
Nice.
So I have to drag the map I need to the front to drag you guys to the map. I hope this works how I want it to. Hey, I saw that, Surya.
It's black.
So you guys see nothing but black?
Correct.
Good, good. That does mean it works decently well at the moment.
Surya, I would say hang back for a second and let myself and be or check things out so be a little quieter.
Are you saying that I am loud?
I'm saying your armor gives you away. Yes.
Your
You're not
armor
wrong.
is pretty loud.
Oh, I'm not in denial about it.
Do you guys have any sight now?
Nope.
No.
It's magical darkness.
I still see a black box.
Kit would like you to know that he has dark vision.
I mean, we all have dark vision.
Yep.
The only thing we can't see at night is color.
Socks does not have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Awesome are super have dark vision.
Yeah, we've all got dark vision.
Now, I don't know
Color.
how many... Did we ever figure out that I'm Awesomer?
I am the only one who has yet to figure it out.
Ah, so you definitely think I don't have dark vision?
Yeah, I mean, but also my int is 8, so I'm not really gonna be thinking about it that hard.
It's okay, my dex is 8.
And I have not spent a lot of time around humans lately, so
Really?
really, it's this human thing is basically new to me.
Yep, superhuman.
I am unfortunately going to have to pause the game here for a bit to try to figure this out. Sorry, I did not have this done beforehand.
No, all
I
good.
will use the time to throw my garbage.
I guess I'll refill my water then, even though it's not empty.
Oh, ow! Everything hurts. I hate crawling under the house.
Holy, the breathing. Socks, what are you doing?
Alright, win!
Take your dang headphones off, silly goose.
No need to take them off, just mute them.
Yeah, either way is cool. It is very windy here today, so
Yeah, it's a cold wind too.
I should have
Super
the
cold.
heater on for the first time in a few days.
Want more of this boar jerky. So good. Ow! Fuck!
Music is so like delightful and catchy, honey.
I am back. Did I miss anything?
Negative.
Nope.
Oh. They're so cute.
So,
Yes, I love them.
I know Miser and V would like this. I went to Tahoe, and they had some ghost pepper jerky, and it was delicious.
Oh man.
They also had Carolina Reaper jerky, and I didn't try it.
Is that more than ghost peppers?
Yes.
I thought every time you think you know what the most extreme thing is, something
I
else
think there's
comes out of
supposed
the
to be
woodwork.
something even higher than Carolina Reaper now.
There is. They did not have that jerky.
I really like this music. Do you get more cats? Great. And then
It's
I
not labeled as Fog of War.
approve.
Hmm. Wait, what tab did I draw? Oh, I know why. I'm smarticle.
Hey, I see things.
Yeah, I might have dropped you guys on the wrong layer.
I don't see things.
I can see things.
Oh, I can't see things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just way down there.
This map is huge, by the way. This is why I said it's gonna take a while.
We not snap to the grid though.
You do.
Or is
I
it-
just didn't put you there on the grid, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
plopped you on the map, but I didn't plop you on a specific grid marker.
Yeah, cool.
And don't move you guys as yet. So you guys have basically gone through the brush, and this is about where you are now.
I zoomed way in. No, I can't find us. There we are.
Okay.
All right.
So-
So I would actually like to know who has dark vision 60 feet. All of you have dark vision 60 feet. That's right. All of you have dark vision 60 feet. You all see a body 60 feet into the cave entrance.
Ooh.
Nice. The dwarf.
I don't know. Do you go to inspect?
I don't trust it.
Quietly.
Do we want to go see what that body is?
Like me to follow?
I'm gonna go check it out. I will
want me-
stealth over there though.
Do you want me to come with?
If you can stealth over there, that would be welcome.
Okay.
I'll stay here and protect Surya.
Sneaky,
Alright.
sneaky.
Give me a stealth check. So, is Mio coming along?
Yep.
Mio's coming along. Felix and Mio, I am taking control of your characters again to do this, since you don't actually know where the body is at the moment. You two stealthily make your way through the cave. And you actually get up to here, to be basically right next to the body without actually touching it, as I need to read something for you. The corpse of a human male is sprawled here on its back. It wears only leather breeches.
Interesting.
Does it look
is there
like
anything I'm-
there's... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Does it look like he was attacked by anything? Like any signs of a fight or anything? Or does it just look like he laid down and died?
Currently, it looks like you can't really tell sign of death because the body itself is a bit too decayed to be able to tell.
Ah.
May I move forward enough to try and keep both them and Surya in sight? Sneakily?
Yeah, you can move forward. Are you not stealthing?
No, I'm trying to sneak, but I'm trying to see if I can see them and Surya at the same time.
Suri, are you staying at the entrance?
Yes, I was told to stay at the entrance because I'm a loud fucking asshole.
Alright, so Suri is like basically right there. Give me a stealth roll, B.
Oh, come on. This roller hates me. So
B, you seemingly try to make your way quietly. Surya, she sounds as loud as you in your armor. And you basically get to about here, and I think your dim vision lets you see
yeah,
the
I
rest of the
can
way
see
in.
everyone
Yeah,
now, so I'll stop moving.
you just barely can see them all from there.
Yep. Excellent. My plan went exactly as I had hoped.
Is there anything around this body, or is it just the body and cave floor?
It just looks like it's cave floor. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary from it.
There's nobody around that we saw.
Mm-mm. Nope.
All right.
No dwarves or anything like that either.
I'm gonna poke the body with a stick. If there's any nearby.
The body that you have just poked with a stick wakes up.
Cool.
Roll initiative.
Do I know that it's woken up?
Maybe if one of them tells you. Hold on, let me before you roll initiative, make sure you have your token selected and then roll initiative.
Yes,
Yep.
boss. I did it successfully. I'm not useless.
Wait, I nat 20'd my initiative. Fuck.
I need to do this, and I'm betting these are way down at the bottom of the list. Yep. Look at that. There it is. All right, cool. Pull that stat block up for me. Pull that over on this other window here. Edit sheet directly. All right, guys. Let's see if the zombie can go nearly as fast as Surya.
I don't even know that it's waking up. It's a great first turn.
The only person we're missing from initiative is Felix.
Well, I rolled a 12. Do you want me to re-roll so it's on my character, or just?
Yeah, just select your character, reroll the initiative, and I can fix it to the 12 again. Okay.
Maybe it'll just land on a 12. Nope.
No, but you'll definitely take that 12 of it. I think Mio and Felix have the same dex and initiative count.
Yeah, I got a 3.
I've got a 3.
So, Mio and Felix, pick a number between 1 and 10. Go.
7.
2.
Felix was closer.
Was it 7?
It was 5.
Oh. Cool. Well, I'm assuming this guy doesn't want any pickles, so we're gonna go with the stabbings.
It is also Surya's turn, though.
Right you are.
Do I know that
When
it's
it-
woken up?
You heard her down the cave.
Alright.
Probably
Maybe
would have
it's
gone eep when it got up.
A little Mio eep.
Adorable.
In retrospect, we probably should have set up some kind of alarm, like a tweeting of an owl or something.
So let's
Well, I see an arrow.
An arrow from the darkness.
Surya out of range of your guys' vision.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
and Aha! I'm going to cast Compelled Duel on it.
Okay.
Already? It's a little early, but okay.
I feel like this is completely a Surya thing to do.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Okay, this is wisdom saving throw, huh?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah?
yeah, that's not gonna
Yeah.
help.
Alright. Fails. Horribly fails.
Yeah.
You mean zombies aren't wise? Wow.
Definitely don't get these back on a short rest.
The creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine. Ooh, that's nifty.
Yeah.
So, Surya, you see this zombie. Just look at the noise that it heard from basically you going, "Fight me, foul fiend!" Something like that.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
And so it looks at you, and you can tell it fell for your spell, but it
Yeah.
also looks afraid of you at the same time.
Yeah.
You're looking at it and you're like, I know I'm a paladin, but this thing shouldn't really know I'm a paladin. It's just a fucking zombie. But it's showing fear of you.
Perfect.
The
As
powder.
all things should.
Is that your turn, Surya?
Yes, it is.
B.
Yeah, B's confused. That's funny. B. She's like, me? Let's see. Aggressive.
B, make a wisdom save. No, just kidding.
Hmm.
Everything will fight me.
I am going to move over. I'm gonna move over there. You can see better. And I'm going to inspire Mew. And then I'm going to tell the zombie that it's one of the thinnest, most attractive people I've ever seen. And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright. Could do this. It fails.
There you go, 3 damage.
3 damage for being aggressively validated.
Yep. Oh, let me mark off that inspiration.
I would love to say that, a zombie's horrible wisdom is actually saving you guys from getting all these successful spells, but I'd be lying to myself because I am also rolling like ass.
This is
Yeah,
good for us.
DC13's not that like amazing by any means.
Alright, B, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm done.
Felix, it is now your turn.
We're gonna stab him.
Okay.
$18.
Oh, okay, yeah. 18 definitely super hits.
8 damage.
Yeah, I think we may have overkilled this zombie.
8 damage?
Yep.
Alright.
And then we will 1, 2. We'll go there.
I guess it will attack you with an opportunity attack?
Nope. Because I can disengage it.
Okay, so you disengage?
Yeah.
Gotcha. If that is your turn, this brings up Mio.
Since she's right up against it, she's gonna pull out her short swords and swing away.
My inspiration's a D6 if you need it.
Like a D6.
Would you like to move 5 feet so that I can validate you pulling out the short swords without using a bonus action? Thank you. I don't know why it's a rule, but it is. 15 hits, by the way.
8 damage.
Alright, it takes 8 damage.
And another one.
Come on, numbers load. Ah,
you're
man.
Roll that d6
Woohoo!
just in case.
Let's just say that you don't need to do that because you hit before it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's only 5 damage because it's offhand.
That's okay. 5 damage is enough to take it out. So the zombie that just stood up from being poked with a stick immediately goes right back down. Your challenge fades, Surya.
Yep. It's fine.
Is that
Is
it?
it is it gonna stay down?
It falls back over, and there are no more zombie-like noises coming from it.
Alright.
Combat's over.
Search its pockets, I guess.
Anyone have fire? I don't have any fire.
We probably shouldn't start a fire in this cave yet.
I was just thinking, if we hit it with a little fire, it might not get back up again.
There is nothing in its pockets. It is absolutely just a zombie that was wearing breeches.
Cool.
Anyone need a new set of pants?
I wouldn't say that they're new.
They're definitely not new pants. They're pretty ratty.
What is it with you guys and stripping everything we fight?
Because we can sell it
Did-
for money to get better stuff.
But why would you want to take this one's pants?
In case someone else wants to buy it.
You guys are weird.
I mean, the people who buy it are weirder.
The DM will remember this.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep stealthing ahead, I guess.
Alright.
Guess I will as well.
Give me 2 new stealth rolls.
New rule: any corpses are to be shot on sight.
I'm gonna stealth forward enough to try and keep them in sight again.
Give me 3 new stealth rolls.
Hold up, you guys. Do we really want to do this stealthily? Or do we want to just go?
Well, we probably did already make a lot of noise with fighting that.
If we're not going stealthily, you can take front.
I was gonna say, you can keep leaving me in the back, but then I'm not gonna be doing much of my job.
That's a fair point.
Right? And
So
Felix-
Surya says this as you guys basically fade into the shadows, and Surya is seemingly just talking to the darkness, except for like clearly to Felix, because Surya passively just sees Felix still. Mio and B are gone. They faded in the shadows really well. But Mio and B come back out of the shadows and just like kind of pop up around Felix.
Hold on, my headphones are dying.
Uh-oh.
And now Surya is leading the way. This cave is only about as wide for 2x2 for you guys at the moment. So
I will take front.
who else will be taking front with Surya? Or are you guys gonna walk in kind of a line?
I'm gonna stagger and be right here.
1, 2, 1.
So like this then?
Sure.
All right. You guys proceed forward a bit more.
How
I'm
far
just
forward
gonna
am I allowed to
steal
go?
your character for a second, Surya,
Thank you.
to pretty much let you know. You make it to basically, I think your vision starts showing the room very clearly from here. Yeah. All right. So pretty much a round high ceiling cave begins to open up here. It has 2 narrow exits, one leading north and the other south. A flat boulder sits in the center of the cave. It's about 6 feet across, 8 feet long, and 3 feet high. Dark stains color its top. Boulder in question is definitely this.
Dark Stains.
And we can't tell the color because dark vision.
It's definitely just shaded darker in your vision, yes. I think all of you guys basically just seeing grays for your dark vision. None of you see an infrared or anything like that. That's kind of like a dark elf thing to do that.
Yep, grayscale.
Did we? Sorry, I had to take my headphones off for a second. Did we? Or we're not following Surya? She's scoping it out by herself.
No, we're
No,
following.
you guys are following Surya, and I have said a round, high ceiling cave opens here. It has 2 narrow exits, one leading north and the other south. A flat boulder sits in the center of the cave. It's about 6 feet across. Bless you. And 8 feet long and 3 feet high. You're welcome. Dark stains color its top.
I'm ahead of Surya now. Shouldn't be.
No, you should be stopped because I moved you guys for you, so you didn't move too far ahead.
Oh, I see why I couldn't see. I'm sorry. I couldn't see Surya because one of my circles was over her, and I thought she was like well ahead of us.
No, so you guys are. I think this lets you see the more of the cave too, especially the dark stained boulder right here that I have pinged for the group.
Yeah.
You
What do
should
you think
be up to
of
speed
the
now.
boulder?
Check out the boulder, I guess.
Yeah, I'll move up to the boulder.
Stop! 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 Right there!
Stopping. Okay.
Felix, I am assuming you were moving up a pace, so you were like basically right here.
Yeah.
So Mio, I'm not sure if you were moving up at the same pace. Mio and B, were you two keeping up?
Yep.
All right. So yeah. So I need Surya to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. It's gonna go super well. I don't have disadvantage, that's good.
You didn't need it.
Hang on. Not natural.
No, it's okay.
That's a 2.
So Felix, Mio, and B, you all hear another as you also hear as rocks shatter down on top of Surya, taking 7 damage of bludgeoning.
Ow.
Ooh.
And then you guys see a couple zombies. One of them jumps technically on and then kind of crashes off of Surya to the side. Doesn't cause any damage. Not really heavy enough for you to care about that one, Surya.
Yep.
Another one jumps down right there. We're going to bring this back up.
You need new initiative?
I will in a second, yes.
Make sure I'm selected.
All right. Yes, make sure you are selected and roll initiatives.
So is anyone else excited for Baldur's Gate 3?
Very much so. That seems normal for zombies. I'm okay with these rolls. Surya, I'm okay with yours too.
I did nat 20 this one.
And the zombies both stand up after jumping down from Surya. What you can see as a 10-foot ledge that was above you that the zombies were basically hiding in.
How?
Who put them there?
We need to check the traps going forward, maybe.
And Mio, it is your turn.
I think I've only really got line of sight to this one right here, so I'm gonna take out my bow or I would have had my bow out and gonna.
Okay.
Since I wasn't up front anymore, I would have been. Yeah.
I'll give it to you. You're fine.
And I will shoot it.
That is a far sight better than your previous roll. It super hits.
Okay. 4 damage, and that's my turn.
I love that there seems to be a little ping of shadows that you guys can't see from the rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I actually like that part of the dynamic lighting right now.
Did Mew actually use her inspiration last turn?
How long does your inspiration last?
10
Minute?
minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes?
You definitely still have the inspiration if you want it then.
I
Just so
don't
you
think
know.
I need it for that.
Not for
You
that
don't.
one.
You deal 4 damage with your shot.
That's my turn. I roll
Alright.
minimum damage.
I'm
That
going
brings
for,
up Felix then.
Going for this one.
Are we the same blue now? No, I'm a little darker. Just barely. We're all like throwing shades of blue except for B and Surya.
Crit.
That is super a crit. That is a lot of damage. 18 damage, huh?
Mhm.
You know the funny part? I failed the last roll of the zombie special perk. And it was a super low damage roll, so I'm assuming I'm going to fail this one. Okay, so I just need to do this. Yeah, super failed. That zombie is super brought from the 18 health that it had left straight to 0, because zombies are also not immune to crits in this game.
Damn, I
Fifth
feel
edition got rid
good.
of that.
Damn, it feels good to be a
Bada
gangster.
bada bada. Alright, Surya, one of the zombies just completely just fell down. Felix is super still a fighter.
Then I'm gonna move here.
Alright, anything else?
No, I've already used my action, so I can't take a perception in here.
That brings up B.
The bee is gonna look at this live zombie and say, "Wow, you're even thinner than the last one," and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
It fails. It was closer to succeeding, but it still fails.
1 whole damage.
MVP?
I'm actually gonna back up 5 feet.
Alright.
That's
So
fine.
disadvantage on the next
so-
attack now, right?
Is that true? Is that a thing?
I'm not
No.
sure.
Look at-
Vicious Mockery.
Oh, you're right. It has disadvantage on its next attack. God,
Alright.
that's useful.
Remind me of that if I forget.
Yeah.
So, I would say it's the zombie's turn that's super deaded again, re-deaded. So Surya's turn.
Okay. Gonna turn to the other one. I'm gonna swing.
You're not gonna challenge it?
Nope, I don't think I'm challenging this one.
Okay.
If it moves anywhere, he gets an opportunity attack anyway.
And
Well, almost anywhere.
I think I hit for 6 damage.
Alright.
By the way, I'm gonna say I'm always one-handing unless I very specifically
Yeah,
say
I
I'm
see that, and
two-handing.
you've always been one-handing because I think you have a shield anyways, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna assume that you're always one-handing.
Yep.
6 damage. Alright, anything else with your turn?
Nope, that'll do it.
This does finally bring up the other zombie that is actually as alive as an undead can be, who will attempt to attack you at disadvantage.
Okay.
Both rolls are the same. I'm assuming you have a higher than a 14,
Yes, I do. 18.
so it misses. As it basically tries to slam itself against you, trying to get purchase to bite you or claw at you or anything it can, and it fails miserably. This brings up Mio again, because it's still kind of just like clawing at your armor, Surya.
Yep.
Inevitably doomed to fail and probably die soon.
She'll
Re-die.
move up so she can get a better shot and shoot at it.
Shoot away. You know, there comes a time
Every zombie's life.
when every archer thinks about what they're doing with their shots just a little too much, and I need a D4 from you.
Uh-oh.
I need a dexterity save from you, Surya.
Fuck me. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna hit me because I have shit for this. 15?
You hear the twang of the bow, so instinctively just react, and as you duck, you feel an arrow whiz through the top part of your hair.
Did I actually dodge this?
You have dodged the arrow.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
Congratulations.
That's her turn.
Felix, it is your turn. Do 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 do.
Does an 8 hit?
Is that not a crit fail like the last one? Damn, that's not a crit fail like the last one. Hey, guess what? If it wasn't a crit fail, it would have hit Mio. Felix hits.
That's fantastic. 12 damage.
Wow.
That +7 to hit, it just makes it sting more.
All right.
Are
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I'm thinking if I want to back off or do it again. Disengage and step over here.
All right. I assume you had enough movement for that. 5'10", 5'10". Yep, 20 feet. You're good.
Even a halfling could make it that far.
Yup. This brings up B.
I want
Who
to
is
poke
not a
it, but I
halfling.
think I'm gonna get in Mew's way, so instead of poking it, I will say, no, really, it's amazing, you're so skinny. And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Giving it advantage on this one.
Fair enough.
It fails.
It takes 3 damage and it's disadvantage on its next attack.
Its tenacity to try to cling to life, as B would have brought it down. It started to fall over dead, but then it rises up again.
That's unfortunate. I'm good, I'm done. That's
And
my
it's
turn.
going. Dead zombie's turn. Super dead. Surya.
I'm ready to miss. Hack.
Wait,
I rolled
what?
the wrong thing. Hang on.
I was just saying, why are you making a dexterity save? So you rolled a nat 1 on your attack. Give me a d4.
Yep.
Watch out.
Thank God I'm not in range.
Yep, same here.
How do I do this?
Slash roll 1d4.
Tree.
Tree, huh?
Uh-huh.
Your sword impales into the dead zombie that's currently in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing that could have happened.
Miser, I'm rolling as well as you tonight.
Right?
Fox is always cursed.
That's 2 nat 1s this round.
I think I was rolling too well as Shin yesterday, so now I'm just fucked today as a DM. Alright, this brings up Zombie's turn, who is still kind of clawing at your armor again, because you're still the closest thing to it, so it is going to try to basically slam up to you again, and to get a purchase and bite. it has disadvantage again because Vicious Mockery still hit. Does an 18 hit?
That hits, yeah.
Wow! Huh.
I was gonna say, I imagine it's just sort of like gnawing on the arm, but at this point, it might actually break through.
So, yes, it's basically gnawing on like the armor strap that's keeping your shoulder plates on and whatnot, and it actually dents through the armor strap to cause a bit of pain to you. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Ow. We're good. We're good.
You okay there, Surya?
11 out of 22. Stabbing.
This brings up Mio.
Starting to bleed a little.
I'm gonna move here and try and shoot it again, and hopefully do better.
I want to see. Oh no, that wouldn't do anything.
So Mio, you hit. And much the same thing as what happened last time with B's aggressive validation, the zombie starts keeling over a bit and then immediately comes back up and starts trying to gnaw on Surya again.
Oh. How much is it drilling?
Well, that's her turn.
Alright, that brings up Felix.
Okay, I'm gonna do the job right.
Please do, because I can't hit shit.
10 damage.
Alright. And with this hit, the zombie finally keels over, falls all the way to the floor, and stays dead this time.
Gonna cut off its legs and arms.
It actually takes you a little bit to start the hacking process.
Whoa.
Yeah, I try and recover any arrows that I can. I'm assuming probably just one.
New rule: any zombies that we kill have their limbs or burned. I don't care which.
I'm gonna pat Surya on the shoulder and say, hey, maybe we let Felix check for traps from now on? And I'm gonna cure wounds her.
Surya, do you actually accept the cure wounds?
I mean, yes. I'm bleeding out my shoulder.
It's just who you're accepting heals from.
Is trap sense a thing in 5e? No.
There's Find Traps, which is a spell.
No,
Apparently
there was like
Spawn is
a
not trying to kill me.
skill devoted to it
Damn,
in
I
3.5.
rolled real bad on that. Cure wounds.
What'd you roll?
Well, it's a D8. That's a 2 plus 3. That sucks.
Oh,
If
well,
only you were a life cleric who could maximize their heals.
If only, yeah. Well, I'm not a cleric at all, so.
It's okay
I
when
rolled.
Surya dies. Grudgeon. Me, Cabias.
Hey, a character that won't be racist towards me.
oh,
You think.
You guys get the CDC on your team.
Good. Can you get coronavirus while you're at it? Thanks.
So you guys have funneled into the cave the rest of the way, kind of walking over the boulders that Surya got hit by and the zombie corpses at this point.
So if you're on the rock, it still covers up half the room. It's on whatever the center point is. It's kind of neat.
Felix, as you inspect the rock closer, since you were kind of dancing on it and whatnot, you find
I'm-
out that the rock is covered in blood. That is what's crusting over the rock as the dark color.
Oh, good. Does it look like someone was sacrificing something?
You're
or does
not
it look
fully sure. The blood is definitely dry, and it seems like it's been there a long while.
cool? Also, I finished with the zombies, right? They're missing their legs.
Yeah, it took you a bit, but yes.
Okay, cool.
I like how you guys are just playing with the dynamic lighting.
I can no longer see the party.
It's really neat.
Be careful with it. Be careful with it because if you guys mess with dynamic lighting too much as we're going through this, you will crash Roll20. This is actually processing lighting for all of you guys separately right now.
Yeah, I won't fuck with it, tempted as I am.
Neat.
It's like a it's like a big warning every time you mess with dynamic lighting on any map when you're going into the tutorials for how to change things around and whatnot. It's like there are ways to make this not bog down Roll20 as much. Try to follow them. It's like, okay.
Are you telling me that if we wanted to crash Roll20, we just need to get like 100 people running in circles around a rock?
Apparently so.
Alright. So you said it was blood on the rock? Dried blood?
Correct.
I'm gonna
Felix,
look a.
what do you make of this?
Dry blood.
Yeah, why?
Hell if I know. It could be a sacrifice. It could be someone fell from above.
I'm gonna look up. Do I see a ceiling?
Yes. I had explained it.
Is there anything dripping onto the rock from above?
A round high ceiling cave opens up.
And there's no hole
where
or
you guys
anything in
walked
the
in.
ceiling?
Nope.
Guess that kills that theory. I don't know. It could have been used for a sacrifice, or someone could have just had their head bashed in here.
Who in our group would know the most about sacrifice? Suria's gonna take a look at B.
Okay.
Considering we don't have a cleric, I would guess the paladin would have the best idea of a sacrifice.
Getting to be quite enough now.
What? She's an entertainer. I don't see why she'd know about sacrifices. That
How
seems.
could I possibly have done anything here?
I'm not saying you did this, I'm saying you know about
Why would I know about sacrifices?
kind have a tendency.
Oh, my kind, huh? We'll have this conversation later, but you need to stop it.
We're supposed to be friends.
I'm doing my very best not to have a problem with you, Surya.
Kit,
Looks like Surya is ignoring you now at this point as Surya is
Yeah.
investigating more.
Kit, stand on this tile.
Which tile?
Felix, I'm on.
stand on tile?
Oh, yeah, that covers up most everything. Or, I'm sorry, that frees up most everything.
You know, the funny part is, as a DM, I can see what you guys are revealing.
I can see the room now.
Wait, can you see me if I'm moving around like this? Or am I still on your screen?
No, you have to actually place.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think seeing the rocks fall down, Mio's gonna walk in, and if she sees any paths, look above them and see if there's anything that looks like it would drop if we walk through.
What you see, Mio, is basically the same thing that had already hit Surya anyways. There is a ledge where it looks like the zombies were basically just placed there to both push over rocks as they were attempting to fall down on whoever they had first saw.
Is there anything terribly different pathways?
Both just look like narrow pathways, one going to the north and one going to the south.
Is this north? I've got east and west.
North is to the right, south is to the left.
Alright. Do we want to check out north?
Yeah, it's good a place as any.
Alright. Would you like me to lead again?
Go for it.
Check for traps, please. I can't heal you indefinitely.
I do not know what I'm looking for.
Alright, well then I'll take lead.
I'll be right behind you.
I'm gonna be
I-
searching for traps on the way.
All right.
Do you want my passive or do you want me to roll?
It depends on you. What do you want to do? Do you want to do passively or do you want to roll?
Take a passive 15.
All right. So you walk further into the cave. So you can stop there. And motionless humanoid figures dressed in dirty clothes or scraps of armor are propped against the walls of this cave. Some are a little more than skeletons, with wisps of hair and skin stretched tightly over their bones. Others are fresher. A few old short swords lie on the dusty floor.
In here?
Mm-hmm. In the
How
room
many
that you're currently
corpses?
looking in.
How many corpses?
It looks to be like there are 12 corpses in total stored in this chamber.
I'm gonna back out real quick.
You bump into Surya on your way backing out.
What's the matter?
There are 12 in there.
That's a lot.
Well,
Do we have fire or anything to burn out that room?
Nope.
we have the
Got
narrow
torches,
passage.
but that's about
We
it.
have the narrow passage, that's true. Surya, I didn't see any traps. Do you want to lead the way and see if any of them are alive?
Okay. Gonna step up here.
So there are, again, corpses basically just littered along the walls. You are actually basically close enough to 2 of them now, one on each side of you on the wall.
I'm gonna take my sword, and I'm just gonna go and try to cut the head off the one on the right.
Alright. Easy enough. You don't even need an attack roll for it. You easily manage to cut off the head of a corpse on the right. It was actually a corpse. However, touching said corpse has awoken a couple other things in the room. And I need
Initiative.
initiatives from you guys again. Do not forget to select your tokens.
Yep.
Nice.
Fuck.
Alright. Number between 1 and 10. Felix and Mio, go.
7.
4.
There's 3 this time. We're just gonna, in case anything else ties you guys.
Rather liking my position.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Oh, hello.
Oh no, they're the fast zombies.
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Thank you, honey.
And so the first skeleton that's moving up in this order quickly proceeds to move towards Surya.
Okay.
It's on a mission.
And with abandon starts attacking you with its short sword.
Okay.
And misses horribly because a 13 does not hit you.
No, it does not. Very tempted to throw up a shield on myself.
Alright. And that being that skeleton's turn, just as quickly as it had tried to do something, it failed miserably, so we'll just bring up B's turn. B, there's obviously a lot more commotion up ahead than was originally happening to begin with.
Yeah, I can only see one of them, and I'm not gonna push you out of the way right now, so I will say to the zombie.
See, is that, oh, do you see the skeleton in the path
I
at the
can see
moment?
that one, the one right in front of Surya. That's the only one I can see.
Alright.
I will say to that zombie, You know, I really admire your persistence, I have to say. And it can make a wisdom save.
It passes the wisdom save.
Whoa. Okay, nothing happens, and that's my whole turn.
Alright. This brings up Surya, who's acting the part of Leonidas right now.
Do I burn my last spell slot? No. No, I do not. Swing.
Alright.
And I'm ready to miss. That one!
Give me a d4.
If you stab me, I'm gonna be very upset.
Two.
Felix, give me a dexterity save.
I hate you so much. 22.
You easily lift your foot out of the way as the tail end of Surya's sweep scrapes against the wall, slowing down the blade, and then promptly falls a bit towards the end of her sweep, and she misses cutting off your toes.
Good.
Okay.
Careful there, we're in tight quarters.
That's my turn.
You're not gonna move by any chance?
Alright.
No.
Okay.
Surya is blocking the way and keeping them from attacking us all at the same time.
This brings up other skeleton person, who also quickly moves in to attack with a short sword. Short sword, words are hard. And this is an 18.
That hits.
8 piercing damage.
Oh, fuck. Ow.
As a short sword nicks through your armor, almost in the same place that the zombie bit. It's you're that portion of your armor is becoming rather weak and is actually starting to fall off a little bit.
Rolling shit. Night 2. Let's go.
The final skeleton kind of angles a little bit more over here and draws back a short bow to also shoot at Surya.
Okay.
And horribly misses as Felix, you see an arrow cling off the wall basically right here.
I hate all of you.
And this brings up Mio.
She will move up there and probably try and shoot that one.
Alright. Shoosty away.
Ooh.
Okay then. You do a very good job at pinpointing exactly where to hit on a skeleton instead of, just kind of shooting through the bones, as it were. And you plink an arrow right off its forehead, and the arrow actually indents in there, and it just kind of wiggling about in there now.
That's her
Does
turn.
that have that great thrumming noise?
Yes.
Okay.
Felix, your turn.
Move here and stab this one.
Alright, you are currently in a very tight quarters at this point, so you're going to take disadvantage on your attack.
Okay. Just add 12.
A 12 is just barely a miss.
Oh. Cool. Gonna use my bonus action to try and hit.
Alright. Since you didn't get sneak attack on the first attack, it would still be active on this one.
Yeah. 10 is gonna
However,
miss.
a 10 is also a miss.
That crit would have been nice.
And that is your movement. You still have movement if you want, but you'll take opportunity attack at this point. So I'm guessing you're staying there.
Yeah, I'm staying there.
All right, this brings up the first skeleton again, who is, gonna clichédly attack at Surya again.
Yep.
A 15.
Miss.
All right, that is the skeleton's turn because it's not gonna move. It really wants you. B, it is your turn.
Alright, B's gonna move. Finally. Oh, hello. He is going.
Skeletons all wave at you.
to-
Chattery bones.
Hmm. And they're all looking like not too hurt, correct?
It's really hard to tell damage on a skeleton, but one of them does have an arrow in its forehead.
That's a fair point. Decisions. I am going to hold on to my spell slot and
See the health bar?
yeah, I'm gonna
Does the
look.
health bar also have numbers?
No,
No.
but that's fine.
Good. Did not want it to have numbers.
I'm gonna look at the one with the arrow in its forehead and say, I hate that I've done this to myself, by the way, and say, oh, that accessory really suits you. Make a wisdom save.
Would it have been easier to keep the mockery instead?
Potentially. It's hard either way, honestly. Like,
It fails the wisdom save,
Well,
so it takes 3 damage.
and disadvantage if it's still alive.
It is still alive.
And I'm also gonna, well, I'm gonna save my inspiration also.
Alright. Surya, the moment of your reckoning is at hand.
I'm gonna swing again, and I'm gonna miss again. So let's all be ready for that.
Let's face it, I only really hit because I get to roll so much.
There you go.
That
I
hits.
hit 5
You hit?
damage.
Which one are you swinging at?
The one that's very frail looking.
Alright. You managed to get a solid hit in finally, and this one does indeed crumple to the floor in a pile of bones, no longer discernible as a skeleton. Okay, it was like, I don't know what's going on, but I need to put an X on him.
I get some movement.
Yeah, I was fine with that. I was like, I was just about to X on him, and you walked over his corpse to make me not be able to hit the button I needed to.
Surya is a very decisive person. And that's my turn right there.
Alright. You actually managed to take out the skeleton that would have been able to have another chance at hitting you, which brings up the skeleton that has a short bow still drawn and will continue to try to plink at Surya.
Plink.
Surya, take 9 damage, piercing, from a crit.
I'm down.
Oh, shit.
This one very specifically hit the exact same buckle that was holding your shoulder plate on and connected to the rest of your armor. Your shoulder plate falls off as you now have an arrow protruding through your shoulders. And boop. This brings up Mio. I like it.
Huh. There's probably not enough room to get by. Is there enough room to get by Felix?
There is enough room to squeeze by Felix. There's a bit of the square over here as well as, so it's like basically 4 feet. The only reason Felix was having trouble is because Surya was right on one side and Felix is squeezing up against a wall to do his actions.
Alright. Something stupid. Running up, cure wounds.
Alright, well that gets rid of this.
I still have arrows protruding from me.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of that one, you keep that. I think you have 5 health now, or is it 6 health?
Yep.
Either way, you have health.
How much?
5.
5? 5.
You're healed for 5. So, Mio, that was your movement and action. Are you gonna move again, or are you done there?
That was. Let's see. Yep, I'm done.
Alright, this brings up Felix.
Hmm.
Are you standing on
Mio?
Mio?
Combo attack.
I think he was getting room for B to join in too, I guess.
Thank you. My rapier would be very effective right now.
And we'll attack this guy.
Alright, roll it.
Do. 22.
Super hits. 12 damage?
damage. Yeah.
Very nearly was enough to take this one out, as you pretty much almost decapitate what is just a skeleton.
Bonus action 10.
Is a miss.
Darn. Alright, well, that's my turn.
Alright. So the skeleton that you very nearly took out in one hit turns its attention to you instead of the very weak Surya, and tries to attack you since you basically just clobbered the hell out of it. And misses,
Thank God.
bringing up B.
All right. I'm going to. This one is dead. Not dead.
Not dead.
Cool beans. I'm gonna poke it.
Because you are squeezing up against a wall for this one, you will have disadvantage on your attack as
What
well,
if I
unless you
stood
stay in
right
the
here?
corner to the left. You're fine there.
Cool. Do I need to roll a
Give me a
d4?
D4. Mm-hmm.
Ow. Ow.
Felix, give me a dexterity save.
I hate all of you.
Hey, at least I'm not attacking you on purpose, Mr. Throws cursed skull at
20.
people.
I tossed it to you.
Alright. B, you managed to somehow disarm yourself yet again
Oh my
as
god.
you go to thrust at this skeleton, and the sword goes right through the skeleton's bones and lands right where Felix had just lifted his foot up, so you did not impale his foot.
Oh my god.
You guys suck.
Stare aggressively at my rapier, wondering why it has forsaken me.
Would you like to aggressively validate your rapier?
I would like to aggressively get a different rapier, but this is this conversation for a different moment. I guess that's my turn. Well,
That
yeah.
brings up Surya.
Alright, I'm gonna use half my movement. I'm gonna get up.
Alright, you are no longer prone. Would you like to remove the arrow?
No. Unless it's a bonus action.
No, you can keep the arrow. I was just meaning for the symbol specifically. You're fine.
I'm gonna fucking shield bash the dude in front of me.
Yeah, shield bashing specific.
I mean, I want to do an attack roll.
I know. I was just wondering what a shield bash's damage would be. A
don't
19
know.
hits, and you deal
Max
12
damage.
damage.
Max damage, yeah. So that one I'm assuming is super dead. Glad
Super
my
close to
top
dead.
Wait, shit, seriously?
Super close to dead. Or no, you're talking about. Okay, I damaged the wrong one. You were talking about the one behind you. Never mind. Let me plus 12 that one. Yes, the one that you max damage is super very dead.
Yeah.
Like super very re-dead, as it were.
And then I'm gonna do this. fucking hit me now, miser.
Skeleton
That's
gives
his
you
turn.
a blank, eyeless look.
Who's Miser?
Why are you saying Razim's name backwards?
Alright. So the skeleton, not realizing it can move 5 feet to do the whole switchy weapons thing, does drop its short bow, takes a bonus action to draw the sword, and attacks you with the short sword.
Fuck.
Really? Are you that surprised?
That it didn't keep shooting at things? Kind of.
5 piercing damage, because 19 hits.
And you're down again.
Down again.
Alright, that brings up Mio.
Now I know how Felix feels.
Isn't it great? God's damned yo-yo.
Mio's gonna back up a bit and take a shot.
Mio's giving up on healing people. I can't see the. Okay, you hit. The roll itself
11.
took a bit to populate. It was like, I see the damage, but this roll is leaving me in suspense. You nearly take off the skeleton's skull, but much like the first skeleton you shot, it reels back and there's an arrow on its forehead.
Alright, that's her turn.
That brings up Felix.
Do. 17 hit.
A 17 does hit, and you bring the
8
skeleton down the
damage.
rest of the way.
Cool. We're gonna cut off its head, hands, and legs.
Just let me know how many death saving throws I need to make here.
I will run up to you and healer's kit you.
Oh, I can't help you with that.
I thought a healer's kit was specifically just to like make stuff. Does it actually stabilize?
The healer's kit should be the one that stabilizes. That's why we wanted to
Yep.
buy it.
An action to
The-
stabilize.
Herbal kit is the one that makes stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
I will make a note that I have 9 uses remaining.
You have 9 uses left of your healer's kit.
And then I will suggest that we take a nap for an hour.
Oh yeah.
I could use a nap.
Surrounded. Oh, by the way, the other.
So you're
corpses-
stabilized, but you still have 0 hit points, which means you're still unconscious. I need actually a no wisdom check. It doesn't require it. I do need to know if you guys are staying in the cave, especially in this basically like corpse hall storage, corpse cave, or if you're leaving the cave.
I'm cutting all that. I'm still cutting everything off.
All right.
Everything.
I think a
I-
nap would be good, but I don't know if we want to stay in here.
Oh no, not in this room. This room isn't fun at all.
I don't have a say.
Oh, well, none of us can carry you. God damn it. Okay, fine.
If only we had a
What?
wagon.
Have a healing word. No,
Yeah.
fuck it. Have a cure wounds. It's better.
Yeah?
I was about to say
There,
they're
up
both
10
the
hit points. God damn it.
Yay!
Get your ass up and let's walk out of here. One spell slot left. I can't use it for anything other than cure wounds, or you guys are gonna die.
That's
8 level 2.
All right. As you guys walk, are you walking all the way out of the cave?
Hang on. I want to deal with these zombies first.
You've
Like-
dealt with the zombies.
Okay.
Did we find anything of
I was
interest in the
also
room?
searching the corpses while I'm doing.
So you don't find anything of stable use among the armor scraps of the skeletons, but each of them has a short bow and a short sword on them.
So we got 3.
3
Each?
short bows and 3 short swords. Very bad condition.
Felix, did you find anything useful in the room?
Not really, no.
I try and help pull the arrows out of out of Surya.
Oh, I thought that would have been part of the healing, but yeah.
Give me
do
a
it.
medicine check.
Uh-oh. Do not damage her.
Don't damage the goods.
The suspense again. Alright, somehow, Surya, Mio manages to yoink the arrows out of your shoulder without any blood splatter as she very quickly replaces the holes where the arrows were with some bandages.
Kind of imagining Surya waking up to seeing that Mew is the one holding a scalp over her.
And I still need to know if you guys are leaving the cave or not, or
I
where
have
you are going in the cave.
gone down the hallway to not be standing on a bunch of dead bodies because I don't think that's very fun, but I'm not gonna go in the big cave without my friends.
It's a good point. Good point.
Do I find any unused arrows in here? Or
Yeah, the two skeletons each had a quiver full of 20 arrows, and then the other skeleton that you guys are all surrounding has a quiver full of just 17 arrows left. Yeah, 17.
I'll top off my quiver then.
Considering two of them are in Surya and another one of them plinked off the wall or something.
Yeah.
Or only
so-
one of them was in Surya. I can't remember.
Not feeling great, guys.
We're gonna take
Yeah,
a
we
nap.
should-
Come on.
Should take a rest, but not in this room.
This room's pretty safe. There's only one entrance or exit.
Well, we can go in the hallway. That way, there's still the one entrance, and we're just not with all these dead bodies.
You're so smart, Mew.
So put yourselves where you were actually going then, I guess.
I'm gonna take a quick listen at this corridor to, walking this way, shambling this way.
Ugh.
This narrow passage is about 10 feet high in most places, with rough, irregular walls. Protruding spurs on the walls are coated in dried blood.
Oh, that's lovely. I think I prefer the corpses. You said the walls are coated with the blood?
Mhm.
That's a lot of blood.
It's protruding spurs on the walls that are coated in dry blood.
Okay, not just the entire.
Not the entire walls.
These spurs, are they like nails or something?
No, they're just like the wall itself is not necessarily dug out properly or dug out well, so it's jagged.
Okay. Probably
so basically,
fine.
if anyone was dragged through there, whoever was getting dragged through there was not dragged through very well.
Come back and rest over here before we go on, please.
Are we resting in the cave or outside the cave?
In this hallway, come back where we are.
We cannot see you.
We didn't
Oh.
move, dude.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep watch here.
I'ma take a nap.
Yeah, y'all want a short rest?
We will call the game here for the night.
Wait, real quick, while you're short, I assume that Sox is rolling his hit dice? I'm gonna give you an extra d6 worth of hit points.
Okay.
Yes, do any expenditure of your stuff now, and we'll remember that you have already done it then.
You get an extra 2 hit points as B quietly hums a lullaby.
Alright, I think I'm gonna roll both of my hit dice.
Can you roll both in one rest or only one?
You can roll as
choose-
many as you
You
want.
choose to roll one, and then if that's not enough, you can choose to roll again.
Oh, is that
Gotcha.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
it? 6 plus 2 is 8?
Because of the way my campaigns usually work, I've never actually had issue with this or had this come up much yet.
Am I good with 18 out of 22? Probably not.
We're probably gonna need another rest at some point, but I'm also almost out of spell slots, so.
Yeah, I've only got one spell slot left too.
Me too.
Are you the only one who took damage? No one else is rolling hit dice.
Surya still has lay on hands at least.
That's good. True.
If
Oh
Surya
wait, I
doesn't
have
go
the
down
other
again.
Healy hands. Hang on. Toby, I can't see. Alright, I'm other Healy hands myself, and I'm gonna be fine with 20 out of 20.
B, you notice that Surya goes to heal herself. That is not in a way you are familiar with, even among paladins or whatnot. It seems like it's something directly channeled from Surya herself, as Surya's hands lights up as she heals herself.
Does that tip me off to the thing that we're
Give
clearly all
me-
dancing around? Yeah, go ahead.
An insight check with advantage.
Alright. Insight I can do.
Surya is an Aasimar.
Cool. B does not make any indication that she understands that, but now we're really gonna have to have a talk.
Healy hand.
Last game for the night.
Yay!
Eh,
Not dead. The dice tried to kill me.
that was. That didn't end up being a bad decision, getting you back up. Figured I was gonna take a couple of hits for that.
Fine.
I would just like you guys to zoom out and realize how much more map you have to cover.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying not to use my fucking spell slots.
That was great. You did fine.
I have a backup character ready to go.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Is this the CDC person?
Yep.
That would be interesting.
Mice, are there centaurs in your campaign?
Oh, really?